And welcome to Only in Early Access. It's a podcast. You're listening to
Damn, the energy is so high today.
palpable. Palpable. Some say.
Palpable.
Some say. Some the fuck.
Some sensei.
Fucking look. I've had like maybe an hour of sleep for this because
Boss
like
sensei.
yeah. So there is no podcast in Bossing. So.
There is no podcast.
that's
There never was a
that,
podcast.
that's a potential
Title: There is no
title.
podcast.
I've just realized that while we're recording this, right, for some reason, right now, it like it like gets rid of all my desktop icons.
Oh.
It's weird. Why does it do that? I don't know. I honestly do not know.
I have no clue.
Yeah, that's bizarre, one might say. Yeah, so fucking let me find my fucking thing here. Okay, there we go. Got it. Okay, fucking Jesus Christmas. Well, at least we got a potential title already.
I think we got a new record, I will say.
There is no podcast in Bossing Say.
Oh
that was pretty quick for us. That was pretty. We were pretty on the ball there, and you
we really
and
were.
you thought I had no energy coming into this. Oh my god!
I just had to make sure. I just had to make sure we were all like, ready to do this month. Because holy shit!
Yeah, there is surprisingly a lot to talk about. He's not being facetious. Like the potential title, and real, if that is the title, then despite the joke of that title, there's fucking a lot went down. Some of it good, a lot of it really bad. Yeah. A lot of it is really bad.
Really bad.
Honestly, what are we doing here? We're just every second that people listen to this, we could be charging them $1. What are we doing here?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. Like,
I mean, do you want to make money or do you want to shit in your own hand? Like,
one of them doesn't cost you anything except your dignity.
You'd be surprised which one it is. Oh my god. Okay. All right. Let's. Yeah. There is that one viewer who's like does get their gaming news from us, and I'm sorry.
Why? Yeah, like why?
Second of all, I'm sorry again, and third of all, that whole bit will make much better sense when we get to that part of the news. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
But we're gonna charge you $1 every time we change topics, though.
Oh my god. They've already clicked off the podcast.
This is the joke that keeps on giving. It'll keep on giving. One might say that. You know what? I want. That was not the joke I was gonna make.
All right.
I don't understand how you got there at all.
Oh.
Gotta be honest, that was a little weird. That was very weird, actually.
I mean, it is always weird, this podcast. Come on.
And with that,
we wouldn't be a podcast if it wasn't weird.
And with that, let's do the list.
Oh, okay.
All right, are you ready? The list. You gotta mix it up at the end because I think that's copyrighted.
Is it really?
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like somebody somewhere owns that.
If they do, damn. What a bunch of assholes.
What? Yeah, I know, right? What's that in the distance? John Riccitelli? This joke's real strong.
Yeah, for the older than 50 crowd, but yes.
Unlike the dignity of John Riccitelli. Anyway, fucking the list.
we really know what our audience is. We definitely know our audience.
I tell you who's not our audience, John Riccitelli.
Yeah, no, he's definitely not.
Definitely
now
not.
that you mention his name, like it's like Beetlejuice. Now that you mention it, he's just gonna pop up. He's just gonna pop up, and he's gonna be like, "I heard you talking about me."
Every second, you're not charging them $1. You're just wasting money. Oh my god! All right, here we go. The list. Did you play Persona 5 Strikers yet?
No.
Did you watch Cowboy Bebop yet?
No.
Did you play Horizon Zero Dawn yet?
No.
You know that's got a sequel now with DLC and everything, right?
Yeah.
That first game has like 2 DLCs, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't remember. Anyway, did you watch Moon Knight yet?
No.
Did you watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier yet?
No.
Did you watch Loki yet?
No.
That's got a 2nd season starting in like a week, bro.
All right.
Did you watch Batman Beyond yet?
No.
Did you watch Werewolf by Night yet?
No.
All right, now we come to the big power list. Did you watch Rings of Power yet?
No.
Damn. All right, the list continues. Tune in next time. Thanks for listening. If you'd like to hear the rest of this podcast, please now fork over $5.99 for the DLC.
$5.99. All right.
Oh my god. Oh. Oh my god, I'm not going to be able to contain myself in any reasonable manner when we actually get to that part of the news.
God.
I am just going to roast this person like no one has ever been roasted.
Of course. I only expect you to do hot takes on this podcast, and those hot takes are definitely going to be real fucking hot.
There's gonna be some takes in this. There's some things have happened. Alrighty, you know the drill. We open with the Tales from the Home Arcade segment where we talk about the fucking stuff we've been playing this month. It is literally, as of the recording of this, the last day of September.
Yeah,
so
literally the last day. Amazing.
So, yeah. Let's... You want to start with Destiny 2, Season of the Witch?
Sure, we can start with that.
Yeah! Hive Mommy!
God damn Hive Mommy.
Hive Mommy! Give Hive Mommy more power! She tells me, well done, Acolyte, and I'm like, haha, kicks feet. I love it when she's like, your tithes are like hot blood down my throat. And I'm like, yeah, cool. I don't even care about the potential repercussions of what we're doing anymore.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Who cares?
I hope
we're all
we get
fucked in this
I
entire
hope we
thing.
get I hope we get other Hive Mommy back too, and then they can both be Hive Mommies.
Hive Mommies.
Maybe my
Hive. They're gonna be best of friends.
Maybe my Hive
No.
Mommies will kiss.
No, they won't. Sadly, they will not.
Again, I think I said it last podcast. Maybe I did, maybe not. I don't know if Season of the Witch had started then. But this season is just pretty much like, gee, Stella, how come you get to have 2 Hive Mommies? It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's a good season. It's a good season. The activity is great. The story beats are great. I like the card system, the little deck of mysteries.
Oh yeah.
I really like the effects that like a lot of the major cards can like do really cool stuff. Like I think honestly my favorite might just be the one that makes a bunch of heavy ammo spawn.
Oh my god, that is the best.
Cause like if you're just running like a Thunderlord or something, you're just feasting. You're just feasting, and it's silly.
It's ridiculous. It's like not even just Thunderlords. You can have like some of the like what's it called? Oh, what's the name of the sword? Lament. You can use
Yep,
Lament in
yep, yep,
there. You
yep.
could use
You could
pretty
use
much
anything.
almost anything that's a like just as long as you can
I
spam it.
had, I
As
had,
long
s-
as you can spam it.
I had a lot of fun with high invisibility two-tailed fox runs with that.
Oh my god. That's such a good use. Oh
Dude,
my god.
it's so stupid. It's so stupid where it's just like, well, everything just dies now. But yeah, this season's been fucking baller. The story beats have been real strong. It's about to end too. The seasonal story, the story part of the season ends this coming week. Um, I'm pretty excited for it to see how it wraps up.
I'm really hoping it's gonna end up being real fucking good.
Yeah, it's
Because
been
like it,
quite the
it feels
fucking
like it
build
should
up.
be good. Yeah.
Um, and I think this makes us have what do we have, two more seasons after this before final shape.
I believe so.
So
No, one more
one
season.
more, one more, one more, right? Yeah,
One
one
more.
more. So that's gonna be pretty neat. One more. I'm assuming, and for me personally, I feel like Zevra Wrath has to end up being like an expansion, a raid, a dungeon at least, something significant, because like she's been built up over several seasons now, much like Savathun was, and Savathun ending the way ending air quotations the way she
Yeah.
goes down in the Witch Queen campaign and not being even the raid boss of that campaign was like really weird to me.
Yeah.
But of course now with the context we have now and where we're at now makes much more sense, I suppose. But
Yeah.
still, like, still weird, still weird. Um, yeah, nobody seems to know where we're going, really. Like even the lore masters like Bife and those people, or like even they can't really agree because there's like quite a few possibilities. I was actually watching some Bife videos this morning, and like there's like one where like based on like some pages of a lore book that like Savathun has like hundreds of contingencies and plans and possible mutations of these plans going on for this exact moment in time. And
Mm-hmm.
like there's one where like Ikora accepts the like the role that Eris is in now, right? And if
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
case, then blah 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 do this. And then it's like if this happens, then blah 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 do this. And it mentions like that there is some kind of heirloom that we don't know what it is. That basically like there's like a pattern, and she's like, the awoken queen, if anyone, would probably see the pattern first. At which point the guardians would take the heirloom by force, but it wouldn't be her idea. But Osiris and his cleverness would probably tell them to go do it. And
Yeah, they
that
probably
like
would.
there's all kinds of little things going on there. We have no idea what the heirloom is. No one has any fucking clue. Um, and yeah, it's like so. Apparently, Savathun's like recordings state that like eventually Eris will come to a crossroad if she hasn't already internally and just hasn't shared it, and that she will realize there is a way to guarantee to beat Zevra Wrath without resurrecting Savathun, which would be ideal for, the Vanguard side. Except to
Yeah.
do so, she would have to put the Cabal, the Elixni, and the Vanguard to the sword. And just
Well,
then outright kill Zevra Wrath because of how powerful she would be. And the end of that little recording is Savathun going, in that case, you wouldn't be resurrecting me at all. There'd be no need. The Hive would have their new queen, you your new leader, and the game would go on. And it's just like, oh, that's just one of the outcomes. It's just like, yeah. Although we kind of knew that, we just didn't know like the details of it, because there's that whole shit with like Elsie Bray being like, "What the fuck are y'all doing? Do you not listen to me? I'm from the fucking future or
Yeah.
alternate timelines and shit, right?"
Yeah.
Um, there's a lot going on. There is a lot going on. We even got to see like Eris like kind of actually lose her composure for the first time ever in a
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
conversation with Ikora, which was really fucking cool.
Yeah, that
It's
was
yeah. I am very curious to see how this pays out next week.
we will
I
find
don't know where it's going, but like, oh boy.
it is going. It is going. And I am scared,
And
but
like,
also
yeah,
excited,
dude,
but
absolutely.
scared.
Like, and we have learned some fascinating stuff about like the witness and all that. Like last season, we got the witness origin and all that shit. And watching the Bife videos and stuff, like, and then like, because one of the Bife videos that goes over like that cutscene we got in like Season of the Deep,
Yeah.
it also goes over each of the individual very short lines that Asa gave us each week before we got that like nice chunky cutscene. And going over some of them and then like watching the cutscene and having Bife break it down, the little details that I missed is that like the Traveler is literally like buried in their planet when they discover it. Like it's rising up out of it. And it's unclear whether it was created there, put there, or just went there and waited for whatever reason. And there's that whole that like this all stems from the like what the well, I guess the community has decided to call precursors, is that like which is the witnesses race, is that they were just like, yo, the light's like super powerful and creates life and opportunity, but it's also like chaotic and can just wipe out civilizations on a whim and kind of doesn't really seem to have purpose. It just
Yeah.
does exist.
It just does.
Right? And so they want like they want a reason. They want purpose. They want structure. And that's where they discover the veil, another cosmic entity, and that's how they get the darkness, and they realize the darkness, it lets them like impose their will on reality.
Yeah.
And then they realize that there's a clear link between the Veil and the Traveler, and they call the Traveler the Gardener, which is interesting, and they like try to connect them, strengthen the connection, so there is a connection, and the Traveler pieces out and was like, no, no, no. And that's how we get the bit of they Frankenstein themselves and followed their ex across time and space. But like
beautiful. What a beautiful
when you're
story,
like listening to the Asa stuff and all that, you realize that it's like these two things used to be one thing. Is like apparently what the consensus is that the Veil and the Traveler were separated at some point, but they used to be one thing. So then that begs the question of who separated them, or how they got separated, or what the fuck's actually going on here. So the final shape's gonna be weird. It's gonna be weird.
It's definitely gonna be
Destiny has been like slowly doing the cosmic horror stuff ever since we like first got our first look at the Witness, and everybody was like, yo, what the fuck is this dude's deal? Why does he look weird? He looks like he doesn't belong in this game.
But little did you know, they do belong.
And now we're doing more cosmic stuff, and it's like, God, who knows what we're doing here. In Bife's video where they're discussing like their theories on what this heirloom that Savathun's recordings mentioning are, there's no like clear answer, because it has to be something that's paracausal in nature to be able to give the Cabal in the one contingency plan enough power to challenge the Wrath, not in a way to win, but in a slow war of attrition for both sides. Which, interestingly enough, if this is like this plan that Savathun has, is that if Mara sees the pattern and then convinces Osiris to convince the Guardians to go take this heirloom from the Lucent Hive by force, at which point Amaro is to give the heirloom to the Cabal Empress, because she would be the most inclined to use it, to then challenge Xivu to a war of attrition that neither side can really win. And while they kill each other, Imaro is supposed to still go to the Vanguard, offer them the deal that they currently are in, but modified because of circumstances. So it's like, what the fuck is this heirloom? And there was a lot of discussion about that. And while there's no clear answer, they did end up bringing up one of the possibilities, but like just because it could be something of that level of power, it fits the criteria. But it, like everything they came up with, and this is why no one's really sure what it is, because like I think they had like, you know, the lore people had like 10 things that they were like, it could be any of these. The problem is either it's just like, either we already have these, or no one knows where these are, or just certain things where it's like it just doesn't fit enough of the criteria that it would be this. It's just like, this isn't a thing of power, but like we have this, or they have that already, or whatever, right? And one of the ones they talked about that I had completely wasn't aware was even a thing, because I didn't play season of I think it was the first season of Lightfall that maybe they talked about it.
Yeah.
There is apparently in like Mara Jade's possession, either in her throne world or question mark or somewhere, there is an Ahamkara egg that's not hatched, but it's taken. The egg is taken, which implies that it would have to be Riven's egg, which could be part of Mara's wish for unique paracausal power. So that even if that's not the heirloom, because it doesn't make sense to be what Savathun's referring to, because Savathun is not in possession of that. So how could Imaro give that to someone, right? When they brought that up, I was like, well, hold up a minute. Even if that's not the heirloom, that seems important. She has a taken Ahamkara egg. That seems like that's gonna come back later.
Oh, it definitely will come back later.
For worse,
like how could it not?
Or not? That's gonna come up later.
You know, if it comes back later, but it doesn't come back in the final shape, it's definitely come back in the seasons, like the seasons like after the final shape.
Yeah, we don't know. There's a lot of unknowns right now. We are really in uncharted territory story wise. It is gonna be interesting. I'm really excited to see like how it all plays out. But this season has been pretty fucking fantastic so far, much like Season of the Deep. So, you know, like you said, we've got one more season, and after this, before the final shape, and boy, does that season have a lot to live up to now. Because even if the end of the story beats of Season of the Witch is like, even if it doesn't end on a huge high note, it's still overall a very good season. Much like how, and honestly, Season of the Deep, this is a good season the whole goddamn way from start to finish.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
So and so far, so has Season of the Witch. So if it lands the ending of the story here for the season, then boom, that's two really strong, maybe the strongest seasons we've ever had. And the third season before the new final expansion of Dark and Light then has a lot to live up to, which would be pretty fucking intense. Yeah. That's pretty cool. I'm excited for that, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, God, like I'm so curious when it comes to, because there's something again in the dungeon and Goes to the Deep at the end that kind of like is what they were planning to do, because you find out what a plan is. What's it called? It's like it when you realize what they were trying to do in the Ghost of the Deep, you're like, oh shit, okay. So this is what they were planning to do. What else have they been doing in secret? Like, because what happened there is essentially something. I think Savathun knew what was happening, but either didn't care, was going to make it part of her plan at some point, or knew it was going to fail. Like there was just something happening in that situation that
Hmm.
like is going to probably bring something back up in the final shape potentially, or
Yeah.
something along the lines of like we are going to see. Oh, like we're definitely gonna see much more of what Samathun is planning and Zebu Arath, but like there are and this is why I want to see what the next dungeon entails, because either we're uncovering more of Zebu Arath's plan, like what their like backup plans is or stuff like that, or we're seeing how far did Savathun plan this shit, and we know she planned so deep.
Oh yeah.
Like
Oh yeah.
she had plans from A to triple Z essentially.
Yeah.
Like
Oh yeah.
she had everything.
She's crazy.
So,
She's over here spider webbing spider webs over here. Hive mommy's paranoid.
I don't want to know like that deep level. Like I want to know how endgame did she go about this to like
Right.
what did she want to allow to happen, and what did she not want
I
to allow,
mean, the
like,
fact
and
that
more this
like,
of what she did not want to allow, because it seems like this whole situation with season of the witch is stuff like, oh, she pretend like, even what's it called, his her ghost, oh, I forgot his name,
and
um
Maru.
Imaru,
Yeah.
like, is yeah, it's kind of like, oh yeah, she already knew that you were planning to do this. She just wanted me not to say anything, so she thought it was your idea. So okay, so there's plans of hers that seem like we're supposed to follow and everything, but like, what are plans that she doesn't want us to follow? And I want to know if like those maybe other contingency plans that we like, she's like, this isn't gonna happen. I'm gonna make sure of it, and there's just contingency I have in place for it and stuff like that. What if like we end up at maybe, because I don't ever think we're gonna be able to one up Savathun, because that's just how smart she is. But I do feel like there is going to be one at one point where we like cause her to like um flinch, essentially. Like I think there will be at one point where she just, one thing she did not expect to go as she thought it would, and like that might change some of her plans. It might cause some other things to happen, but I kind of want to see if we ever will get to that point, because I want to see what other stuff she had already planned ahead of time.
No, I 100% agree. It's gonna be really fascinating to see how it all plays out, especially with a lot of the dialogue from Eris over the last couple weeks. Just like, Eris is just knee deep fucking breathing in the hive shit, but like the singular goal of just like the and her like back and forth with Zebra Wrath has been really really cool. um Her whole like hive god of vengeance thing over here, where she's just like there is so much going on here. There was a bike video I didn't get to watch in time before this, but that I do want to, because it's been something that's been floating around in my mind as the seasons progressed, and like, the Crota raid coming back, and there's new lore on the Necrochasm gun now, and all this other stuff. And there was this whole thing for quite a while that was like, I wouldn't call it like a heavy main story beat, but it was a significant story beat that was constantly being kind of hammered at us across several seasons, kind of in the background. And it was the whole thing of like Toland's like, Toland the Shattered being that weird whatever the fuck he is now, disembodied voice essence thing, being like super fucking mad at us over a killing of Oryx because it like created an imbalance. Where it's just like, you killed him, but you didn't take his place. You're supposed to take his place. That's how this works. And so there's a whole lot of lore pointing that like, and in the way Zebu talks to Eris during these activities is just like, is Eris the like by the hive's logic, or whatever cunning, or whatever logically, is Eris the heir to the taken throne? Because it's Eris's machinations that result in Crota's end, which brings Oryx to us, which then results in Eris's machinations being the reason Oryx gets taken out. Like, and it's always kind of been Eris. Eris is always instrumentally involved in our massive victories over the Hive across the years. And she's just, like, slowly been, like, whittling away at their power bases. A little over here, a little over there, a little over there, a little over there. Every single time a good blow to the Hive, like, hierarchy has been struck, it as at its heart, Eris Morn's, like, hand behind it. In a way, she's been, like, Savathooning them. In the way Savathun has been doing it to everyone for years, Eris has kind of been doing that, but way more indirectly without people even really realizing it until you stop and think about it, where it's just like, and it doesn't come across as, like, overly, insanely clever, like, Savathun's manipulations. It comes across more of just Eris's single-minded determination. We'll see this through, if nothing else. That it like, and, you know, there's a lot of parallels between her and Savathun, in that Savathun is, like, very careful about her planning, very, like, constantly braving new horizons of power to keep her plan adaptive and going forward. And both of them very much clearly have that personality trait of, you know, like, victory requires sacrifice. To win the game, you have to play the game. Not all of that's going to be pretty. In fact, much of it will be very ugly and dissatisfying to do. But it still needs to be done.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm very curious to see how this all wraps up in this next week. It's got a lot to live up to. Hopefully it doesn't, you know, don't let us down, Bungie. Don't let us down. Even if it's gotta end on, like, a weird, weirdo cliffhanger way, like, that's fine, whatever. Just, you know.
Yeah, but it gotta end good.
It gotta end good. It gotta end good. It gotta end good. It's a good season so far. Season of the Deep was fantastic from start to finish. I'd like this one to be as well. And then, honestly, even if the end of this is kind of not what I'm hoping for, at least plot-wise, and doesn't, like, super land, it's still overall a really good season, which still means that final season before the final expansion has a lot on its shoulders.
Oh, yeah, a lot.
So, we will see. We will see. We shall see what happens there.
God, it's gonna be so good, I hope. I hope.
It's tensions are high. Lots going down in the Destiny world, you know? We're itching for that final fight. The final shape is nearly upon us.
It's gonna be good. Right, Bungie? Right?
Right, Bungie? It'll be fine, right? Oh my god. Yeah, so, you know, I've been playing some other stuff. But I don't know what you've been playing, but I've got a little bit of a list here. Did you want to take it for a game, and then I'll take it for a game? I don't know how much you have to talk about in your sesh here.
I mean, yeah, I could talk about what I've been playing so far.
Yeah, like, pick a game. What have you been playing?
Okay, so I just played this recently, and I actually talked this about a bit with you.
Okay.
Yesterday, El Paso Elsewhere.
Oh yeah.
So I played the prologue that got released, I think, like, last year.
Right.
El Paso Nightmare First, which, funny enough, that one is a first-person shooter. Or, like,
yeah,
because essentially the first part of it plays kind of like that normal, like, horror game where, like, you can't really do anything. All you can do is just run, and maybe hide, but, like, you're just trying to escape and avoid the monsters.
Right.
And then, like, the second part of it becomes basically like a essentially like zombies, where, like, there's just constant waves of monsters coming, and you just have to wait until an elevator comes in so you can exit. So you're just exploring around the map, finding, like, keys to open up and getting weapons and stuff like that.
Got you.
For you to survive. And it was honestly fun. Like, it's $5, so I know for, like, what sounds like maybe like an hour or two, sounds like it might be expensive, but honestly, it was fun. Like, I honestly really enjoyed it.
That's good.
And And then I went and after that I decided to play El Paso elsewhere now. So like I kind of like have an idea of like what's going on. Um and I've honestly been enjoying it because really it is just Max Payne but like supernatural and is good. It's really good. I've been enjoying like the story so far because it kind of is it's like a love story in a sense, but um it's all bits kind because you're getting that love story like little bit by little bit because the thing is that to just kind of give explanation like the what you'll hear about the game itself is that you're I forgot what his name is, damn, something Savage. I remember his last name was Savage because it was just
Vandal Savage?
right, that's the first thing I was like, Vandal. No,
Vandal
it's
Savage, the man throughout history who drives through the wasteland in that like Camaro 73 with Superman?
yeah.
Remember that? Remember that?
From
Remember when
Justice
that?
League.
Yeah, remember when
Just
that happened? When they were just like kind of buddies and hanging out in that Camaro 73 throughout the wasteland, and like that's where we learned that like Superman knows how to siphon gas from a car.
oh my god.
And it's just like, why do you know that, Click?
Why do you know that?
Why would you need that skill?
Maybe tractors. You know, tractors. You
Maybe,
need to know how to
yeah.
siphon.
It was
Yeah.
just very weird. It was just like, oh, that's a weird skill for him to have. Can't he fly faster than time or something?
Yeah. You know what? Sometimes you don't want to fly. You just want to drive in a car.
So look, sometimes all your friends. It seems like all your friends are dead and it's all over and you lost. And yeah, you could just fly around and see what's what. But maybe I'll just steal this Camaro, siphon some gas into it, grow my hair out quite a bit, and drive around until I pick up my mortal enemy, and then drive around some more.
You got it. You get it.
Yeah, of course, duh. Fucking yeah, that's okay. So El Paso Elsewhere is like a
Yeah.
supernatural thing going on.
Yeah.
Although,
Supernatural.
hold on now,
romance, but
Max
also-
Payne's definitely supernatural. Have you seen that man move?
Yeah, I've
Come
seen
on.
that man move.
Yeah,
and,
come on, Max Payne 3. That's definitely supernatural. That man is bullet timing all over the place, and he's like 190 pounds overweight at this point, and nobody can still take him out.
So that's not supernatural. That's just superhuman. He's superhuman at this point.
No. I don't think he's superhuman. I think it's supernatural.
I don't know. Man literally takes alcohol and pills and somehow hasn't died of a liver disease.
Yeah,
I'm gonna call that
and
superhuman.
has like
I'm gonna call
bullet
that
time
superhuman.
capabilities from day one.
Yeah, I'm gonna call that superhuman.
What if he doesn't have bullet time? What if that's just how he perceives reality because of all the pills and alcohol?
I would not be surprised.
What if in like when he's bullet time like diving sideways and shooting at people and screaming? What if that's actually happening in like real time, and it's just like he's just like perceiving it as bullet time?
Oh my god.
Which would be an insane story beat, but then it would be like, so wait, how come people don't just shoot him though then if it's not real, if it's just him tripping balls all the time?
He's that good. He apparently he can just dodge bullets because his perception of time is that fucking whack. It's just that whack.
Max Payne is what your average person would become in the Matrix.
Yeah.
Like
I
you if you were aware you were in the Matrix and you were not the chosen one, like you wouldn't be able to do all the chosen one stuff, but you'd still be able to do something.
Just something at least.
A little something. Regular average blue collar Joe can have a little bullet time as a treat.
I have a little bullet time as a treat. I love that. Oh my god. But
and there's potential title number 2. Regular average blue collar worker can have a little bullet time. Little bullet time as a treat.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
So basically, your ex, I don't even think she's ex-wife. She's just your ex.
Damn, not
it's
even wife material.
Yeah, no, this is funny because your ex is Dracula, Lord of the Vampires.
What?
Yeah, she's Dracula. And so what happens is that at some point, for some reason, and that's what I'm trying to find out like throughout the game, is that she is deciding to do a ritual that will end the world as we know it. As that's literally quotations, end the world as we know it.
Damn.
And so you're basically trying to like stop the ritual, and you're just hoping that she will see reason, and not kill her because she's your ex. But like, it's not like I don't know how they've broken up or anything like that yet, but like from like what the little story pieces have said, like it sounds like they really loved each other at the beginning. Like it I really like it because because of just how tender and everything is, even though like yeah, she's a vampire, but like, I really still love her. So I'm I'm hoping to see how that ends up going. I There is apparently 50 chapters and I'm barely like on chapter 16, I think.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So there is a lot to go through. So I'm still gonna try to finish that hopefully up very soon. But it is really fun. Um, the bullet time is great. The whole jumping thing. I like how he even makes a little funny thing, Savage, where it's like if he didn't have to worry about the monsters, he would have to worry about his knees for all the jumping he has to do throughout the game. Like like he dives through windows and stuff like that. So
I'm
it's
too
like
old
his
for this
knee-
shit.
like I'm gonna get my fucking knees like ruined if I don't die by the monsters first. So it's I really do like the entire game itself and like the characters and everything. So
It's
really wanting to
always
see.
it's always like it's been done kind of to death at this point in like video games and like cinema. But for me, it's just one of those like stupid things that will always land in a positive way for me. Is when your hero or whatever, anti-hero, your protagonist, guy, girl, whatever, is just constantly lamenting about like the average problems they're gonna have that are byproducts of the extraordinary problems they're facing. It's like when Wolverine goes, "Oh, this is gonna cost me a fortune at my tailor." It's just what?
It's like, bro,
What? And then next thing you know, he's fist fighting Dracula again, and you were like, "Hold up, what? Why is that on
That's
your
what you're
mind
worried
right
about.
now? Why would you be concerned about that at all right now?"
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah,
It's
that's
so good.
always an enjoyable little trope to me. I always enjoy that because I'm just like, that's what like a person would do if you met the human race. They'd be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, did I park in a handicap zone?"
Shit.
Like middle
Oh,
of murdering, middle of Dracula fight. Fuck, did I leave the oven on?
Literally, it's like, fuck, did I put enough money in the car meter?
Look. Just because you gotta fight Dracula doesn't mean you want to get a parking ticket. Those are expensive. Everybody hates going to court. Just because it's the end of the world doesn't mean, bureaucracy stops for anyone.
Yeah, it's like, oh, fuck, fuck, I haven't done my tax returns. It's like... That's so funny. I love that. And
there should be
again,
a survival horror game where the entire plot is like there's like an issue with your tax returns and you've got to go on some stupid convoluted journey and fight a bunch of bullshit to like get a better idea of like what's going on with your tax returns.
Basically, like,
So
what if
every chapter is you just like revising your current itemized list of like deductibles and shit, and you're just over here like one artifact of the living undead, slightly used.
6 shotgun shells, a Mossberg 500,
The car from the show Knight Rider.
one
I
pair
would
of
play.
glasses.
I would play the hell out of that. The real monster was the IRS the entire time. Oh fuck!
It should definitely. I kind of wanted to take like in an office building, like those giant ass office buildings, and you're basically going floor through floor trying to get like all.
Oh my god! Oh my god! And so you're actually never leaving the office building.
No.
Every like chapter where you're playing through some crazy adventure and going to fight a monstrosity or like eldritch horrors is your character leaning back and like scratching their head and trying to remember what actually went down and what they're supposed to be writing down here. Like, it's just them like trying to figure out their taxes. So everything's actually just a flashback that you're playing through, and then when you beat that chapter, you get a cutscene of them like being like, "Oh, that's right, the Chalice of Blood." They've just been on so many bizarre adventures that like they're struggling to remember, and they're just like a really disorganized person for their like paperwork. And it's like the whole setup of this is that they're like you know, their secretary intern is like only works with them for like the summer because they go to school the rest of the year. So when it's so then they like you know, whatever, some kind of plot set up there, and then like the end of the game just has to be like your intern secretary walking in back again, and you're just like gearing up to go hunt some fucking monstrosity, and you're just like, you know, I could have used you 6 weeks ago. and they're like, for a hunt? And you're like, no, for the paperwork. And you just walk out and it hits credits.
I just fucking.
So you don't actually go on any actual adventure, even though you would play through segments in the game. They're all just flashbacks with the sole purpose of remembering what the fuck was deductible and what wasn't about that journey.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
You can even have the premise where it's just like, yeah, your boss is asking you for these tax returns because the IRS comes literally in the morning.
Right, yeah,
So
you're like a PI, so like
Yeah.
you do like you are independent, but you still like have someone kind of overseeing you. So oh
Yeah,
my
like a
god,
supervisor,
dude.
yeah.
That'd be so stupid. I would play the fuck out of that.
Yeah.
Did you file Form CB? What? No, I filed Form BC. No, you have to do CB. What? Why? Because you're an independent contractor. Well, I wasn't that month. Well, now you've got to file both forms. I don't have time for this. There's a Yeti outside.
No, CB is Corpius Bindus, you know, contract to bind, not, and then BC is binding corpse. You have to make sure you fill out the right document, otherwise
Oh my god.
we're gonna mix up shit around.
Oh god, that would just be a delightful experience, in my opinion. I would play that. Has some indie developer, if you're hearing this, that's free. You can have that. That's free. That's just yours now.
Yeah.
Maybe throw us a bone and put us on there as like a radio show that the character's listening to in game that you can turn on.
Yeah.
You can have this idea, but put us in there somehow. Let us be the tax people calling them.
Oh my god. We're the IRS.
We're the IRS.
In the morning.
We were the IRS the whole time. Oh my god, that'd be brilliant. I would play the fuck out of that game.
God, that would be so
more like combining of the absolutely mundane with the absolutely supernatural in survival horror, please.
Yeah. Oh, God, please, that would be so great.
Oh my god. It's like the opposite of like a Resident Evil game. In that like Resident Evil starts out like grounded and you're like, okay, yeah, 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 that's how that would play out. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, okay, yeah. And then the moment where you're like, oh, that's right, this is a Resident Evil game. I almost forgot because the plot made sense right up until this point where we've gotten to here's the Resident Evil section of the game.
God.
I saw a tweet
It does.
today. I retweeted it. I think where it's like every Resident Evil science journal is like this. Part one: I've mixed a silverback gorilla with a praying mantis and taught it how to use AK-47s. Steve has been prodding it with an electric stick for 80 hours now. I sure hope it doesn't escape. Part two: It escaped.
It escaped. It's like it's even you can even say like part one. It's like I've been testing with these chemicals. Hopefully I'll be able to get some results soon. Day two, man, I've been feeling weird, but my boss said I have to keep working or my family will be killed. Day three,
Day
like,
three, I am now the monster. Yay! Thumbs up. I have so many eyeballs. Like, oh yeah, you know, the Resident Evil portion of the game. Oh my god. And speaking of games that just have a portion of the game where it's like, yeah, here's where that begins. I've beaten Mortal Kombat 1's story. And
okay, you got it. You gotta.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So first of all, first of all, this game plays out like a Mortal Kombat game. You know, you do your introductory. It literally plays out like it's like the first Mortal Kombat game. You're introduced to your people. The story's moving along. It's the Mortal Kombat tournament. Here comes the Earthrealm champion fighting all the Outworld champions because for some reason, in every single game of Mortal Kombat story, even though the Mortal Kombat tournament, which like is just to prevent Outworld and Earthrealm from going to war, happens like every undetermined how many couple years, and it's supposed to alternate where it's hosted. Every game takes place with when it's being hosted in Outworld for some reason. So it literally plays out like beat for beat. It's just a fucking Mortal Kombat game. I mean, like, yeah, it's like you're getting a different version of a lot of characters because it's a new universe. But it's just doing Mortal Kombat stuff. And then it gets to what you think is the final, like, fight sequence. Where, like, so what's happening is that someone is like affecting Liu Kang's new timeline that he created when he was Keeper of Time. He gave that up afterwards because he just wanted to be Earthrealm's champion and protect her. So they realized that like somebody actually real quick, I have to pause because I have to go to the bathroom.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Okay, so Mortal Kombat, you know, plays out like the Mortal Kombat game, and the plot ends up being the person that is fucking up Liu Kang's new timeline is from outside the timeline, which shouldn't be possible because the only timeline before that was the one where Liu Kang wins and becomes the god of time or whatever. And except because when that fight happened, there was actually a schism. There are multiple timelines now. We are multiversing.
Oh,
And
boy.
who else could it be that's trying to fuck up Liu Kang's timeline but Shang Tsung from the original timeline? Because in his version, he kills Kronika and becomes the Keeper of Time. Yeah. And then he realizes, hey, Liu Kang won in one version and he's got his own timeline? Nah, fuck that. I'm gonna go fuck it up. And, like, it basically culminates in, like, Liu Kang retaking his powers to become Keeper of Time again. And no longer, he's, like, not able to, like, give them up again. So now he's forever has to be Keeper of Time. He can't just
Yeah.
be the humble protector of Earthrealm that he wants to be. Um, and so then he like pulls everyone who was on his side in the last MK game from from their new timelines, because in the same way that there is the timeline of MK1 where Liu Kang beats Kronika and becomes Keeper of Time and starts the universe anew, there's a timeline where the Shang Tsung from that MK11 game becomes Keeper of Time and he's the villain of this game. There is also a timeline where every single one of Liu Kang's companions, from Kitana to Raiden to Kung Lao, becomes Keeper of Time in a timeline and does the same thing Liu Kang is doing. And so he pulls them all. They all fight against the people Shang Tsung has brought, who are like evil people from his timeline. They beat them, stop them, and then the bad guys just run away. They just leave. They just open a portal and leave. And Shang Tsung literally goes, "This isn't the last you'll see of me." And then would you like to know what happens next? Because all the lead up to that was like every chapter's plot point made sense. You could follow the trajectory. You could follow it chronologically, right? It was doing the Mortal Kombat thing, except that should have been the end. But it isn't. What happens next is that the game hard cuts to the next chapter titled Armageddon. Would you like to guess where the next chapter, the final chapter of the game, takes place?
Mortal Kombat Armageddon.
Hey, remember that pyramid from Mortal Kombat Armageddon? Because that's where we're at now. Where is this exactly? We won't bother to waste time. How did they all get here? We won't bother to tell you that at all. Also, we felt like we didn't talk about the multiverse enough, just in case everyone didn't understand that's what was happening, even though we kind of blew the load of the multiverse way too early in the story. So now, here is Liu Kang with all the possible allies of every possible timeline he could get. Here is Shang Tsung with all his possible allies of every timeline he could get. We are just literally now... We are Avengers Endgaming fight scene this.
Oh my god.
Up the pyramid. You go. Pick any character you'd like. You'll fight alongside Liu Kang. Go. Would you like to know who you're going to fight?
It's Shao Tsung.
Shang Tsung, you mean?
Yes.
Well, yes,
I don't know why I said
of course.
Shao Tsung.
But that's at the top of the pyramid. You're not there yet. You have to fight your way there.
Is it
now,
what's it called? What's his name?
And now, no, you're gonna get it wrong. You're gonna get it wrong because you couldn't possibly have guessed this. And now, we've run out of plot ideas. So here is your enemies as you climb up the pyramid to fight Shang Tsung and Quan Chi again. Here is Deviant Art circa 2003 to 2013 MK Sonas. It is bizarre. It is literally just like I am fighting people's... I made my own MK character on Deviant Art. Except it is like the cringe level OC, where it's not really an OC and just clearly a haphazardly slapdash combination of two existing characters. But shut up, no, it's different.
Oh, wait,
may I introduce you to the Lizard Queen? Holy Hollywood. Would you like to fight the femme version of Scorpion and Sub-Zero? Because you will. Hey, look, there's Shao Kahn, except he's got, like... he's Goro Shao Kahn, right? He's Goro with all the hammers. Oh, that's probably a weird fight. Forget it. He gets killed in a cutscene. Fight Femme Scorpion instead. It is a uphill battle against, like, cringe teenagers OCs from Mortal Kombat. That is the entire final chapter of this game.
Is it... I swear, there was one that was called John Connor. Like
Yes,
Shao Kahn,
yes. It's the first one you fight.
Oh
It's
my
the first one you
god.
fight, and it sets the tone and only dials it up from there. John Connor is the least offensive of them. It only gets worse. And then it just goes to the pyramid. You fight Shang Tsung and Quan Chi. Liu Kang's there, and he's the keeper of time now again. And he loses. After you get, like, slapped aside in the cutscene, he then, like, loses to Quan Chi and Shang Tsung from Shang Tsung from fucking his timeline, who is also a keeper of time. And then your character, which, keep in mind, could be any of the cast at this point, because you're allowed to pick who you want to play for the final chapter. It could be anyone. Any of the playable cast. Your character then breaks free and then single-handedly beats Quan Chi and Timekeeper Shang Tsung. Something Timekeeper Liu Kang couldn't do. And then Timekeeper Liu Kang simply just erases their existence from time. At which point, reality starts to fall apart because you now are given the information that the Armageddon Pyramid fight takes place in Shang Tsung's timeline, where he's Timekeeper, and because Timekeeper Liu Kang erased him from existence, the timeline is collapsing. So, hard cut to the diner from Chapter 1. We're all just having dinner at the diner. Ha 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 ha. Everything's great. Liu Kang suddenly stands up, and he's like, I must go now. And they're like, why? Is something wrong? And he's like, it's nothing to worry about. And then he, like, walks away. And as he's walking away, there's laughter and joyousness. And he just says out loud, the realm is safe. And then the game ends. And the achievement for beating MK1's story is literally called, what just happened? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Oh, and then you get your credits, and then guess what? Because there's gotta be a sequel.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Who else could we cut to? What could we do at this point? Because we blew the multiverse load way too early and, like, went way too hard into it in the wackiest way, and then it immediately resolved the multiverse issue. It's over. It's done with. So what do? Hard cut back to that pyramid in that timeline that shouldn't exist anymore. Remember that? Nope,
Yeah.
Still there. And who's hanging out on the pyramid where all the corpses are? It's Havoc. Except he's wearing, like, Shao Kahn's armor. And he's like, yo, that battle was sick. Just everybody killing everybody from different universes. Chaos. Yeah, I love chaos. And then he's like, too bad it was too short. And then he looks into the camera and goes, next time it won't be. And that's it. That's it. That's the game. Game over. Good job. You did it. And then you can go into your seasons thing, which is like there's seasons in Mortal Kombat now. And there's like some weird, fucking poorly made, like, board game adventure thing you're playing. It's fucking stupid. And, like, the setup of this is that Timekeeper Liu Kang has decided to secretly monitor all known timelines forever now. Just go spy on everybody. Big brother Liu Kang always got his eyes on you. And you're just gonna stop the threats from the other timelines this way now, until we make MK2, where Havoc Shao Kahn is the main villain, but he's from the Shang Tsung Timekeeper timeline, which doesn't exist anymore, but does. Don't worry about
this anymore. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You fucking. It has never been more Mortal Kombat than it is right now. Like, at Mortal Kombat it. Like, in the moment where I'm like, it's like, I was just like, this is the stupidest fucking thing ever. This is the dumbest thing you've ever done. And that's saying something. Because there's been some low points in the Mortal Kombat, just in terms of gameplay, but in story, there's been some stupid... This game is so dumb that at one point, when, like, Liu Kang discovers that, like, the Shang Tsung and Quan Chi of his timeline that he created, where he made them losers that had no power, so they would never be a threat, now have power somehow again and have teamed up. He's like, Shang Tsung, Quan Chi, a new deadly alliance. And I'm just like, shut up, stop this. Stop this. And this man will not stop talking about the Deadly Alliance now. And I'm just like, stop. We don't need to go over this again. No one wants to talk about MK Deadly Alliance, okay? Hey, you know what else is great? There's a moment in this game where, you know what you see just on the wall at one point in... Okay, so here's the plot that Timekeeper Shang Tsung derived, right? He's gonna go into Timekeeper Liu Kang's timeline, secretly feed power to that timeline's Quan Chi and Shang Tsung while he's disguised as Chronica, so that they become a threat and form a new deadly alliance. And what is the plan to take over Liu Kang's timeline? Well, it's to build a bunch of soul things. We learned that Johnny Cage coins the term soul-nado, because of course he does.
Of course, yeah.
And, hey, what is the plan here? Well, I need all these souls so that I can control the Dragon Army. Do you remember the Dragon Army? Do you remember that? From Mortal Kombat Deception? Do you remember that? Hey, Shang Tsung can turn into Shujinko. But shut up, though. Don't worry about it. Hey, did you want to forget about that game some more? Well, you know, we've already talked about Deadly Alliance a lot. And the Dragon Army. And the Emperor that built the Dragon Army. And, hey, there's Shang Tsung constantly turning into Shujinko from MK Deception. Do you know what's also missing that isn't here? Hey, would you like to talk about the Kami Dogu? Do you want to talk about the Kami Dogu? Because we're going to talk about the Kami Dogu now.
I don't want to know what the Kami Dogu is.
The Kami Dogu is some stupid medallion you carry with you in Deception that you use to do a bunch of dumb, stupid bullshit that doesn't make any sense. But it was all a trick because powering up the Kami Dogu powers up the Deadly Alliance or fucking whatever that game was about. Who cares? Except in that game, it was like small. You could hold it. In this game, the Kami Dogu is giant and embedded in the wall of the Dragon Temple where the Dragon Army is. But shut up, though. Don't worry about it. Armageddon. Dude, it's never been more Mortal Kombat than it has been now.
God.
It was, like, that game just, like, the plot moves at a pace that's reasonable, even though it's stupid the entire way, and then in that last chapter, you're just like, what the fuck, dude? It was like the biggest smile on my face the whole time. Make no mistake, it was highly enjoyable. But it was just like, this is fucking stupid. You guys are fucking stupid.
God.
This is dumber than when Street Fighter was like, yo, the chess pieces hold power. And you're like, what? Shut up. And then they never elaborated on that again. Remember that from Street Fighter V with the chess pieces? You guys remember that?
I completely forgot.
Do you remember that? They had like chess pieces, some of them, the baddies. It was like Bison stored evil in this chess piece, but only in 5 chess pieces. It's not even a whole one side of the chess set. And we won't talk about this ever again.
Maybe for the best, because I don't think we need that anymore. We don't need convoluted stuff like that.
Mortal Kombat 1 disagrees.
Mortal Kombat 1 could do whatever Mortal Kombat is. Once it literally fucking introduced goddamn what's it called?
Time travel and then the multiverse.
Yeah, multiverse. It was like no.
So we had like 2 games that involved time travel, I think. 10, yeah, 10 and 1, 10 and 11 involve time travel. One jumps right from time travel into the multiverse. So I assume we're gonna get another game about a multiverse, and then what? Then what? Mortal Kombat? Then what?
Goddamn.
Yeah,
We're
it's
gonna.
it was pretty fucking dumb. It was delightfully a Mortal Kombat experience at the end of the day. Um like as somebody who's played every Mortal Kombat game, at least for the story alone at some point, when it started talking about the Dragon King and the Dragon Army that he built and the Kami Dogu, I was just like, fucking stop this. I hate the Deadly Alliance. And I'm like, you need to stop this. This is the worst part of Mortal Kombat's history for you to try and bring back. And honestly, the icing on the cake is that the setup for the next game is just Havoc. And I'm just like, that's it?
Yeah.
That's your bad guy? Really? Havoc gets to be the main villain now? Really? Havoc? That's who we went with? Nobody cares about Havoc? Oh my god, that
Havoc
game's
cares about Havoc.
that game's fucking stupid. That game's fucking dumb, man. It is absolutely stupid. Just genuinely insane. Yeah, so that's my experience with Mortal Kombat. Unfortunately, it's had a lot of performance issues on PC. Like, even in the story, like, just playing the story, I had, like, really bad frame rate during fights, and cutscenes were, like, jittery sometimes. So I haven't played a whole lot of it online, and I probably won't be, just because now we're so close to some other stuff, and by the time the performance gets, like, better on this, I'm gonna be doing other shit. But I'll dabble, but for the most part, I was just like, that was a Mortal Kombat game. For sure. For sure. For sure.
For sure.
I've also been playing. This is just not a whole lot to talk about because I haven't played a lot of it. I finally started playing Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate in earnest. I left. I just got to I crashed through the fucking church and I'm meeting Aerith now. So that game's good. I'm playing it. It's good. It's good. It's doing some stuff, and I'm just like, man, everybody really just wants Cloud's attention all the time.
Yeah.
That's what this game is. Everybody, Tifa wants to bone Cloud. Jesse definitely wants to bone Cloud. Barrett wants to bone Cloud. Sephiroth definitely wants to bone Cloud. Aerith wants to bone Cloud. Everybody seems to want to bone Cloud is the setup of this game.
Yeah, I mean, okay, question. Well, no, you wouldn't want to bone Cloud, would you?
No.
Yeah, I kind of thought so.
No. When Tifa and Jessie Raspberry, who I've learned her last name is Raspberry.
Raspberry.
Her last name is Raspberry. Her name is Jessie Raspberry.
I love that.
I love it as well. She's delightful. I love Jessie Raspberry.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that game is a game. That's pretty fun. I'm enjoying playing through it, taking my time with it. Don't have a whole lot to report on it other than that I have such a history with the original game that certain moments of this game are just making me overly emotional. And it could also just be all the hormones I'm on now. But it's just I'm just oh no, I'm getting the sad part vibes and we're not even to the sad part of the game yet. So that's that. Couple other things I have on here that I played. Really, actually, only 4 more. So if you have anything you want to take before, unless we could go into my time with Starfield.
Let me see if I have anything else I would want to talk about before we get basically a little Oh, you know what? I can talk about Payday 3, and there is maybe a lot to talk about, but honestly, at this point, I think I'm gonna need to wait on it a bit more, just because,
Okay.
like, okay, so it came out, and I'm not sure if you heard about what happened in Payday, but essentially, Payday 3 came, like, last Thursday, and literally, and it was just down for basically the entire week.
Wow.
Like servers matchmaking would just not work. No matter if
Wow.
you're trying to play solo with friends, matchmaking was just not working. It kept servers kept going up and then down, up and down. Um and so like literally this entire week, I believe it's the community manager. I think that's his title, but his name is Almir Listo. And several other team of Starbreeze that are working on Payday
Mm-hmm.
came on each day to basically do like a stream of like trying to give updates on the community, trying to be like answering as much questions as they can while they try to
Right.
get servers up. And it was like yeah, like the week for Payday 3 that just started was awful. Just oof.
Yeah.
Like that is rough. Um and so um what's called and so as they've been trying to get this done, they apparently did two fixes, one on Tuesday, one on Friday, um, that should hopefully have the servers working um, as intended. I still have issues kind of with matchmaking, but for overall, it is a lot better than it had been previously.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so, what's it called? So, I we'll see how well they'll get.
Right. So you really
This
haven't gotten to play it then, pretty much.
like yeah, not a lot, sadly. Um, and so but from what I play, like I have some good stuff and I have some bad stuff. So apart from matchmaking, like I'll leave that aside for now. Apart from matchmaking, um, I think one the gunplay feels better, especially how much mobility options they've added. The simplified skill list helps a bit because
Mm-hmm.
usually you had to like take account usually your detection rate, which would mean you would have to modify like weapons and everything to like hit that specific detection rate. But now it's just like you can really mod whatever you want. It's just all you have to really like care about is like this gives it more recoil, but it's a lot more effective.
Right.
Yada yada yada. And so that's better. Like that's definitely better. Like now the only thing is that there's like three stats that they have, which is grit gives you 10% damage resistance. Edge gives you 10% more damage to enemies,
Mm-hmm.
and then there is rush, which makes you move faster. And those are the three. And basically the skills just usually involve having those three buffs up and causing them to either refresh or change one buff to another, and so on and so forth. Or like if like there is a skill that I remember, if you have all three buffs, um there's a skill that allows you to just rush into a door and break it open if it's lockpicked, as long as it's a door that can be like lockpicked or something like that. Like if it's like there's usually like doors like the manager doors or whatever where it's like a metal door but like the metal handle so you can't shoot it off. You can just bash into it if you have all three buffs.
Oh.
So
Okay.
like it's like they definitely did rework all a lot of the skills and stuff like that to kind of try to emphasize different play styles per se. I still haven't gone through all of them, so I kind of want to see whether like they made enough uh they did enough work so there is variety, like you can
Right.
really play how you want, or does it come down to where it's like nah, like we just see that these really are two viable because they're really the only viable ones, like per se. So still have to work through it, but for at least the time being, like they're loud can be fun, and stealth can be really fun, especially now that you don't have to mask up to do stealth stuff. You can basically do it being on mask, which is kind of cool. um But I think the things that people have been having issues with, and I've been agreeing with, is just been skill progression,
Mm-hmm.
because or infamy progression, because the way you gain infamy, which is the way you gain skill points to use your skills, is you have to complete challenges. You have to The challenges give you the XP so you can keep increasing your level, which means you have to either use weapons you don't want to use to gain that XP, or repeatedly play a heist to you get like all those, like, play it 5 times, play it 15 times, play it so on and so forth times. And it's just like, that's not really fun, because that just kind of necessitates a grind, and it isn't allowing you to just play the game and level up as you're just playing as you normally would. You're
Mm.
kind of having to go off track and do more things that you probably wouldn't want to do to, like, actually get your infamy ranks up.
Got you.
So like
Okay.
so yeah, those are kind of basically kind of like the big no nos I've been seeing so far, and I'm kind of like, let's see what they do, because I really hope, because they say they don't have anything planned right now that's a big change for that, but they will hopefully see uh what's called they hopefully will be able to, like, help modify those challenges, maybe add more, or do something like that. And if it needs to, they'll try to do a bigger change to it. I'm hoping they do a bigger change to it, because it really does
Mm.
um feel like it needs to
Okay.
get there. Um but um but overall, like, the gameplay is very solid. Like, it is very, very good. But I think it's just those gripes are like, where I would be like, if you really want to play this game, I would say just wait a little while longer. There might be, um, they might change a few of these things, and might make it a lot better, like, in the future. So if, like, unless, like, you really want to play Payday 3, sure, go for it. Like, again, the gameplay is good enough, and there's enough people uh playing that there is going to be people you can matchmake in, once they really fix the matchmaking servers. Um, but apart from that, I would just, I guess, just wait. No rush until they've definitely improved a lot of the things. But overall, like, it is a really fun game.
Okay. Just rocky start there. Rocky
Yeah, just
start there.
really rough start, like, really, really rough.
I mean, well, I feel like we can segue perfectly then from Payday 3 being like not great but not terrible into something that was absolutely one of the most boring, pretentious things I've ever had the misfortune to interact with ever in my life. And that's Starfield.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
so hey, this is the part where I roast the fuck out of Starfield and its entire development philosophy and how fucking pretentious these people are. So if you're a fan of Starfield, you might want to turn the podcast off, because I'm not a fan of Starfield. I think it is the single worst thing Bethesda has ever put out. And I'm not joking. I think it is without a doubt. It's not even close. I think it's the dumbest thing anyone has ever made, actually. Simply because of the core design philosophy of this game. So there was a lot of questions about, like, what is this game? What is it going to play out like? So
Yeah. Yeah, give yourself.
it's a Bethesda game, is what it is. So we all know what that means. And it is essentially Elder Scrolls or Fallout in space.
Yeah, yeah.
The aesthetic, I've learned is dubbed like NASA punk, which I gotta be honest, I think is a really boring aesthetic visually. Um,
Yeah.
and the game itself is just really, really, really dull. Like, painfully dull. First of all, there are no aliens that are like, if you were like going into this thinking, yo, Bethesda Mass Effect, stop that thought. That's not what this is.
Damn.
There are no aliens that are not just like dumb animals, right? Like there's no intelligent life anywhere. There's just humans. There's just a lot of humans.
Man.
There are 1,000 planets, well, planets/moons, celestial bodies to visit and land on that you can fully explore. There is nothing on most of those.
Ooh.
I mean nothing. As in, not even like alien life, random animals and shit. Most of them have fucking nothing on them. Except maybe some resources to collect. For crafting or whatever. And there's certainly not enough unique resources to collect to make 1,000 celestial bodies needed. There is like 4 actual locations in the game in terms of like what you expect from a Bethesda game like this. Like, right, you know what I mean? Like, think of like Fallout map or Elder Scrolls map in the major cities or the major regions. There's only 4 of those in the entire universe, apparently, and they are spread out across the 4 different planets they're on. Each of them is smaller than any, like, map Bethesda's ever had. So, even all combined, I don't think they're as big as, like, a normal Bethesda, Fallout, or Elder Scrolls map would be. So, it feels small. It feels very small, because the rest of the universe is a bunch of bland, boring, there's nothing going on here. And their reasoning for this, and this is per an interview they gave after the launch of the game, is one of the, like, design directors, I don't remember her name, talks about how, like, in designing this game, they really did a lot of research into, like, actual space travel and, like, talking to actual astronauts and stuff and like all this other stuff. And it cuts to like Todd Coward, because this is a Todd Coward moment for sure. And it cuts to Todd Coward, and he says that like when the original astronauts landed on the moon, they didn't find anything. There wasn't anything there, but they certainly weren't bored. And that's it. The design philosophy of this game is that most of the fucking universe is empty and full of nothing, because that's what most of the real universe has been. For our very meager attempts at exploring it. For the most part, we really haven't found anything out there, really. Just some rocks and stuff, right? And his whole thing about them not being bored just screams of pretentiousness to me, because I'm just like, you are comparing actually fucking traveling in space to another celestial body in real life to traveling to 1,000 celestial bodies in a video game. Stop. Just full stop right there. You shouldn't ever make that comparison, first of all, because they are uncomparable. They are so far from each other. First of all, one being in reality, and the other being a means of escape from reality. Second of all, it's just like, you're really trying to tell me that the design philosophy of this game was to make people feel like how the original astronauts felt? That's stupid. That's really dumb. You made a whole universe of nothing. There's nothing here. There's nothing going on in this game. It is just like absolutely empty, bland, flavorless, and boring. To the point where I have never cared less and been less interested and absolutely bored to death from anything in my life quicker than I have with Starfield. I think I played all of 4 hours before I was like, this is awful. This is actually the most tedious nothing sandwich I've ever had in my life. I did not get Fallout in space. I did not get Elder Scrolls in space. I got Nothing in space. It's the pretentiousness of it, of just like, oh yeah, well, they weren't bored in real life when they landed on the moon. That is humans leaving their planet to land on another celestial body. That is a feat of innovation, mathematics, science, engineering, willpower, and perseverance and curiosity, right? Doing that in a video game is not fun. Doing it 1,000 times in a video game is definitely not fun. I don't play video games for them to be identical carbon copies of what reality is. I do not watch movies for that. I do not read books for that. These are forms of media entertainment. We consume those to escape into something more fantastical, bombastic, even if it could be subdued, right? It doesn't have to be balls to the walls, but like, it certainly needs to be more than the nothing that reality often feels like. It doesn't emulate that. That's bad. That is just, like, the entire design philosophy of this game is the dumbest, most arrogant, pretentious thing I have ever heard anyone describe. And I think, honestly, and this might be the hottest take I've ever made, every single person that worked on this game should feel ashamed. Every single person.
Jesus.
This is the most pretentious, empty, fucking wet fart shit diaper fucking garbage pile of absolute just, why did you even bother? How about you go back in time and don't? Do something else. And yet people are playing the hell out of it, and they're like, oh, it's so good, and I'm just like, and you people accuse me of being a Bethesda fan person. This is bad. Like, this is boring. Worse than bad is that it's boring. It's dull. You took space and the universe and made it uninteresting. And you did it so aggressively that I could not wait to uninstall this game at a 4-hour mark. I was just like, get me out. Get me out. This could not be less interesting and enjoyable. Which, to me, is the greatest sin of a sci-fi genre anything. Is when you took sci-fi and made it boring and uninteresting. It is just, it is nothing. There is nothing to this game. And the design philosophy is so pretentious. It is the Jackson Pollock of video games. Oh, it's random, bro. I just throw paint on there, and it sells for billions of dollars because people are stupid and buy anything. I'm so innovative. No one's ever just thrown paint on a canvas before. Nobody could ever see it like I see it. Like, shut the fuck up. Actually slap yourself. Because I'm not going to do it, because that would be a waste of my time and energy. You do it. Because it's not like you put any time and energy into the fucking game. Absolute garbage. The dumbest, most boring, empty thing I've ever played in my life. I think I'd rather... if you told me I had to play one of the following two games for the rest of my life, and those two games were Starfield and Brink, I would pick Brink.
Oh, fuck.
Without any hesitation. Jesus. I would pick Brink.
Wow.
It would be a better choice in every permutation of the universe imaginable. I have never been more disappointed in a game in my life than Starfield. And I wasn't even really hyped for this. I just tried it because it was on Game Pass. And thank God it was. Because I was like mildly curious a little bit after that last trailer. And... what is this?
It's a garbage.
The only highlight of Starfield is thus. The game looks real pretty. Visually, it is stunning. In terms of, like, bugs at launch, this is the most polished any Bethesda game has ever been at launch. By far.
Wow.
It is the first game in the Creation Engine 2.
Yeah, that is true.
I'm sure it'll be fantastic once modders get cut loose on it after like a year of that. I'm sure there'll be some really good mods. I'm sure there'll be fantastic mods. The mod potential of this game through the roof because there's a lot to work with. There's a whole lot of empty planets you can mod into something interesting. It plays like Fallout 4 plays in terms of gameplay, a little smoother, but about the same really. They did, and that's actually that's it. That's the highlights. Those are the good points. That was it, actually. That was it. It's also definitely not as polished as it seems because the longer you play it, the more bugs you find.
Of course.
They've done this design choice also where every time you talk to somebody, they like dead eye stare straight at you unblinkingly, and it's really weird. And
right.
yeah, that's pretty much it. There's like some farming kind of thing you can set up, and some other bullshit, and craftable weapons, and fucking you can build your own ship, and people have built like Star Wars ships and stuff. Somebody built a ship that just confused the AI so that it couldn't fight them because they made a ship out of only like doors somehow.
Yeah. They basically made it like a cube, but the cube in the center had nothing. So
Yeah.
all you
Oh,
would do
it
is
has nothing. It has nothing in Starfield. You say nothing? Yeah, there's a whole lot of that. There's a whole lot of that. A whole universe of nothing. But when the actual astronauts landed on the moon, they didn't find anything. There was nothing there, but they weren't bored. I mean, come on, guys. Shut the fuck up. Shut the actual fuck up. Don't ever fucking open your mouth again, in fact. Absolutely just pure, pretentious, arrogant drivel. Drivel. I'm using the word drivel to describe this experience. Absolutely just maybe the biggest letdown of anything I have ever seen in my life. I can't think of a game that upsets me with its existence more. And I wasn't even hyped for this one. But there's just... That glass ain't even half full. That glass is empty. And there ain't nothing in the fridge to put in it either. That fridge is also empty. It's just, wow, that's yikes. Yikes is how I would summarize this experience. Yikes. So yeah, that's Starfield. That's what I have to say about Starfield. Big old nothing sandwich with a side of nothing. That cost $70.
100 if you decided to pay it early.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Glad I didn't do that. That's and we've recently learned they've said that Elder Scrolls 6 will likely take so long that it will not even come out on current gen.
Yeah, that's
Okay, sure. I guess that's so no Bethesda games for me until 2027, 2028 is the current projected next gen time. So I guess I guess nothing for me until 2028, really, from Bethesda. Because Starfield is a big old get the fuck out of here with that.
Get the fuck out of here.
So yeah, that was my Starfield experience. And in my notes, you know what I put next to it? All I had to put next to it to say everything I say, because I didn't write any of that down. All it says is Starfield, a master class in pretentiousness.
Oh.
Todd Coward strikes again. And there you go. That's my Starfield critique, review. And yes, you could argue, oh, you only played 4 hours of it. I mean, if you want, I can go over my first 4 hours at playing any Elder Scrolls or Fallout game, and we can compare the experiences, and people can tell me if I'm overreacting to the game that has 1,000 fucking celestial bodies to visit being completely boring and empty and full of nothing, to the game that does not let me leave even one planet at all. In fact, only shows me a very small portion of that planet that is infinitely more interesting and fun to engage with in 1 hour than all of Starfield ever will be. So, yeah. Starfield. Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit disappointed because I know
more than a little. More than a little. More than a little. A lot more than a little.
For me, the thing is that, like, from a friend that I talked to, they're like, they've been having fun with the game, but I think it's just really, I think just more or less sort of the role playing aspect of it, I guess. And like, because they really like playing No Man's Sky, and I kind of do too. And I
Okay,
think
so
it's
stop
just,
right there, because I was going to make that comparison of
oh, okay.
the people that like Starfield or the people that liked No Man's Sky at launch.
Oh.
That is who this is for. And I'm going to say this as a person that thinks No Man's Sky Hello Games did a massive, amazing job turning that around over the years. No Man's Sky at launch was terrible.
Oh, yeah.
It was absolutely garbage. It was a nothing universe full of nothing. Except it had more than Starfield. It had a whole lot more than Starfield. Starfield's got even less than that.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now you're exaggerating.
I'm not. You know what there was on every planet you went to? Every celestial body in No Man's Sky at launch? There were aliens, races, people, fauna, flora, mysteries. Was any of it explained really well and we were able to really dig into it? Absolutely fucking not. But it was, the pieces were there at least. That's why they were able to build on those pieces over the last 7 years to create the incredible game that No Man's Sky is now. There's not even those pieces in Starfield. And it feels bigger than No Man's Sky did. Except there's just nothing there at all. There's nothing. What's that over there? Nothing. Don't go to that planet. What's there? Nothing. Don't go to that one. There's nothing there. Well, you're going to pick up some rocks from Alpha Zeta Centauri 3? Those rocks aren't really any different from Alpha Zeta Centauri 579 quantum physics fucking whatever. Who cares? It's pretentious. It's stupid. It's dumb. This is what you took 25 years to make? How about you do something else? Anything else. Anything else would have been better. You know what would have been better? Canceling the game before it came out.
Oh, like hyenas.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you even know about hyenas?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Also, I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, let me, I'll pause it. Yeah. All right. Video games. We're still on video games. I only have a couple more things, and they're like small tidbit notes, so I'm just gonna kind of blitz through them, because I don't really have a whole lot to say on them. First of all, as far as I can tell, New World seems to be dying. A lot of people are unhappy with the expansion that's coming out. That's like adding stuff, but like it's not a free update. It's like $20, I think. I forget. But like it's not adding enough, people are saying. And I personally have not been able to play the game for like 3 months. The game just freezes on load up. No solutions seem to exist. And I'm not the only one having that problem, and there's been nothing about it on anything. So I uninstalled it after a couple months, because I was just like, even if it gets fixed at this point, you took too long for such a massive problem to be addressed. So that's that. Which is a shame, because ultimately I did enjoy my time in it quite a lot. It was different, I'll give it that, and there was, like, merits to it, so maybe someday if it doesn't, like actually die, maybe one day I'll reinstall it and see if I can get it to work, but, like, for now, I'm out. I've been dabbling back in ESO, playing that. It's still, it's ESO, it's enjoyable. And then the last thing I want to talk about, just briefly, is Nexon finally made an enjoyable game.
Oh boy.
Yeah, the first Descendant is just a looter shooter. It's just doing some Destiny stuff, like literally doing some Destiny stuff, literally doing some Warframe stuff, like to the point where it is like deliberately taking shit that is just from those games and reframed it for their game. It is a very safe looter shooter. It is not doing anything new at all, really. But it's fun to play. And it is, because of course it is a Nexon game, it is sexy, because that's what sells. So, like, you know, it's fun. I enjoyed being Bunny Girl very much, and also being Ice Queen, who is a woman clearly wearing a Virgin Killer sweater in this future. And it's got what I call that, like, high sci-fi aesthetic, where it's, like, got the tone of, like, a high fantasy thing, but it's sci-fi.
Yeah.
But it's fun to play. Like, if you like looter shooters, it's doing that very safely. It's not doing anything crazy. The grind could be addressed a little bit, but, like, that's kind of just... A looter shooter is a grind, right? It's going to be a grind in some way or form. That is unavoidable with this type of genre. And I wouldn't call the game, like, outstanding, but it's going to be free to play. It is in Unreal 5. It runs gorgeously. It looks gorgeous. It was a cross-play beta they did for a week. It ran pretty much perfectly the whole time. And it does feel good to do things in the game. And, yeah, I enjoyed it. And for a free-to-play game, can't really complain. And free-to-play honestly suits Nexon more than their paid stuff, because it lets them microtransaction to hell for cosmetics, which is fine. I don't care. And I saw some people being like, well, that's until they make it pay to win. At which point I would say, it can't be pay to win because it's a PvE game. That's not a thing in PvE games. I don't know why we're still having this conversation in the year 2023, nearly 2024. And I'm just like, pay to win doesn't exist if the game is only PvE. That's not a thing. You keep saying that like it's a thing. This is like when people got mad at Ubisoft and don't get me wrong, there's plenty of reasons to be mad at Ubisoft on any given day.
Oh, yeah.
But this is like when people were ready to riot because the Assassin's Creed game had, like, an XP booster you could buy, or, like, stuff like that. And they were like, pay to win, garbage! And it's like, it's a single-player game. The pay to win is only a thing in a PvP setting. It is only offensive in a PvP setting. The moment it is not in a PvP setting, it no longer is offensive in the slightest. Because I don't care if Billy with mom's credit card pays to win in my PvE game. Because if Billy's on my team, which he has to be in the PvE game, him having mommy's credit card only benefits me. It means I don't have to get my money into the game. I can just coast off Billy's mom's credit card too. It's PvE. It's not like it hurts me.
Yeah.
And in a single-player game, who fucking cares what somebody bought for their single-player game? Are you playing their game? No. So, you know what? Next time, pay to win it to your heart's content. I don't care. As long as it's not PvP, it won't be a problem. And that's pretty much it from me for games. So, at least for stuff I was playing, really. So, unless you've got any more, we will be moving into the news.
Let me look.
This is where he's like, I have beaten Resident Evil 4 700 times.
Nice.
And I've secretly been playing Parasite Eve blindfolded.
God, I wish I could actually play that game blindfolded. That would
Parasite Eve blindfold speedrun any %.
I did play the DLC for Resident Evil 4.
You did.
That did come out.
Did you like beat it, or were you like early into it? You did. Okay. I kind of don't want to talk about it because I'm waiting for Scary Game Squad to play it. Because I that's how I followed through with the Resident Evil stuff, and they haven't played it yet.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because I have like little to no memory of the original Separate Ways stuff, so it
Okay.
would feel very new to me because I literally have like no memory of it at this point.
Gotcha. Yeah, okay, then I will not spoil anything. I will just give very vague thoughts about it, but like, um, I guess a little bit harder than I expected. Yeah, I will say, kind of
Here's
weird, kind of
I
weird that there
expected
was
here. Here's what you could do. Here's what you could do for me because since they've done like the soft reboot of the RE franchise, starting with 7 onward to through the new game and the remakes and stuff, we've had very, very like. Well, I'm pretty sure this is like this in the separate ways is the first time we're getting Wesker in terms of this soft reboot of the universe. So all I really need to know, how Wesker is Wesker?
Oh, I
Is
can
he
I
drinking the
spoil?
Wesker? Like, just is he drinking the Wesker juice, or is it toned down in the soft remake?
Can I give you one line that he says?
Please, please do.
Complete local saturation.
Oh,
Oh, Stella's gone.
right.
Stella's gone.
Well, you gotta start small, you know? You gotta start small. You know what? I like this new Wesker. This shows growth. He's like, you can't take over the world on the first try. You gotta start small, you know? You gotta zombie apocalypse or some small rural town. You gotta Las Plagas, a little place over here, you know? You gotta build up to the global saturation. I love it. Complete local saturation. Oh, that's a good fucking line.
Complete local saturation.
That's just as good as the hey, it's that dog. Oh, that's all I needed to know is how Wesker is Wesker.
There you go. That's the line.
Oh my god, that's great. That's a great line. Oh, that's so stupid. I love that. That's dumb as hell. You just know he was saying that about Raccoon City. Complete local saturation.
Complete.
This guy in his saturation. He loves it. I love it. I love it. Good to know that they didn't like tone down his Weskerness at all.
They did not.
I would explain, Ada, but I only have 7 minutes. I love him. He's such a fucking weirdo. That's great. That was the perfect tease of that DLC. Thank you. Complete local saturation. Put that shit on the reviews. You should post a review of Separate Ways on Steam and just put complete local saturation. Oh my god, that's so stupid. I love that.
That was pretty much the little teaser I'll give you from Separate Ways.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good tease. And with that, we move into the news flash. News flash. All right. The news. You know, there's some news. I'm gonna start with the TennoCon 2023, which happened end of last month. So literally like the days after the podcast last month. So that's why I didn't like make it to last month's episode. And yeah, TennoCon 2023. First of all, congratulations on 10 years of Warframe Digital Extremes. That's a pretty big achievement considering that when that game launched, it was their Hail Mary. They had enough money to keep the lights on for 3 months and had no idea what the fuck they were even doing. And it went on to become maybe the best free-to-play game that's ever fucking existed in changing that model of like what we expect from free-to-play forever. So we've got some stuff. Abyss of Dagoth is the next major update. Comes out, I believe, October 8th. Pretty excited for that. And then the real big news was, as always, at TennoCon, there is a reveal of the next major expansion. And every year since they have done this, they have one-upped the previous year. despite each year just one up in the previous year before it. Like, to the point where it's like, at some point you have to, like, have a bad year reveal, right? Right?
Yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah.
apparently.
What? Okay.
No, we're 7 years strong because they didn't, like, have big reveals like this until, like, year 3 at TennoCon. So for the last 7 years, they have just dropped an insane reveal that they kept completely under wraps, that there was no goddamn leaks at all of, and it blows the crowd away. So they do that this year with Whisper in the Walls, which comes out this December. And it is the most bizarre, what the fuck is happening Warframe has ever been. And then, right at the end of the Whisper in the Walls reveal, which showed off new gameplay, we're gonna get magic books now. We're diving into the kind of vibes that Devil May Cry and Metal Gear Solid have now, as well as deeper into the survival horror genre, because we saw some fucked up shit in the Whispers of the Walls.
Oh, okay.
And at the end of Whispers of the Walls reveal, it transitions into a second reveal for another
Alright.
expansion or standalone game we don't know yet. Warframe 1999. Cue Into the Void by Nine Inch Nails, because that's what plays during that entire thing. Warframe 1999. You play as Arthur. The first...
Arthur Morgan?
No. You play as Arthur, the first Tenno? AKA the guy from Dark Sector? Maybe. We don't know. It takes place on New Year's Eve in the year 1999 on Earth.
Oh, okay.
You are literally fighting zombie tech virus things, which is what, like, Dark Sector was about. The guy who doesn't look like he belongs in Warframe from the Whispers in the World trailer shows up at the end of Warframe 1999. Or, dude, it was just, like, to the point where, like, if you watch the reveal of this, you can hear people in the audience going, "What the fuck is this?" Like, losing their minds. Like, I think I sent it to you. I don't know if you ever got time to watch it. Dude, it is maybe one of the most fascinating reveals of anything ever I've seen. And just blew the crowd away. We're all very excited. Whispers in the Walls looks fucking insane. And Warframe 1999 was an insane reveal that no one saw coming. They kept both of these completely under wraps the entire time. And on top of that, we got 30 minutes, I think it's like 37 actually, of Soulframe gameplay. And boy, hey, guess what? That's a Souls game. That's a Souls game for sure. That is a Souls-ass game with stamina management, dodging, and shit like that. And it is fucking weird. It is bizarre. It is a sister universe (?) to Warframe. We don't know. It looks really cool. It is pulling a lot from, like, Celtic and Native American lore is what they're pulling from, but also from stuff like Howl's Moving Castle and stuff.
Oh, okay, okay.
The entire, like, thematics of Soulframe is a kind of nature versus nurture argument. It is, like, what is the price of progress, right? Like, it is about reconnecting with the roots of your ancestors to realize that the price of endless innovation and progress is bad. It's a price you shouldn't be willing to pay. It is the song that plays to awaken people and bring them back to their roots has been confirmed by the community to be Octavia's anthem from Warframe, just in a different tune. So, don't know what that means. Shout out to that little Sprout buddy. We love Sprout buddy. He's great. Can't wait to hang out with Sprout Buddy. It's pulling from Norse mythology well. It's doing a lot of weird ass shit. It is structured more like an MMO in that it is giant open areas, and then the dungeons are like procedurally generated like Warframe missions are, but it's more open zones than Warframe is. Even though Warframe has like 4 open world zones now, technically 5.
Well, alright then.
Yeah, so Soulframe looks fucking fantastic. I will send that stuff to you to watch, so we could maybe talk about it more in depth next time if you want. But like, I'll send you the Whispers in the Walls into the Warframe 1999, and you can just be like, "What the fuck is Warframe about?" And I'll be like, "Bro, whew, boy, we're going to sit down, classes in session, kids. Pay attention. This is going to be on every test." It's just, oh man, being a fan of Warframe from day one has probably been one of the most, maybe the most rewarding, like, experience in terms of being a fan of a video game franchise, video game like IP in my entire life, I think. I don't think anything has hit back-to-back bangers non-stop as much as Warframe has. Like, I don't think it's even close. There is no downside to being a fan of this game. There never has been. Because any moment there would have been is that blow is super softened because that community, that dev team has been incredibly transparent to an insane degree from day one and only upped that too. As well as literally going so far as to be like, hey, that type of movement was a glitch that people were exploiting. So we fixed the glitch, and here's Movement 2.0 being announced, which will reincorporate that glitch as an actual feature that every single frame will be able to do.
Wow, okay then.
Like the movement of Warframe is literally just like a combination of glitches that people loved, bugs that people loved, and certain frames had better movement than other frames. So when Movement 2.0 came out, they were like, yeah, we reworked Excalibur, so he doesn't have any of that movement shit now, because everyone has that movement. Everyone can super jump. Everyone can bullet time. Everyone can wall run forever. Everyone can do all this now. It doesn't matter. Who cares? Everyone can do this now. And all those 7 bugs that you liked, those are permanently fixed and are now features that everyone can do. That's how Warframe works. Like, it's just, dude, Warframe continues to be one of the best, if not the best, investments of my time as like a person who plays video games ever. Not just for gameplay loop enjoyment, but for aesthetic pleasing, the music, the fucking story. The story's insane. The lore is fascinating. There's so many ways to play. There's the factions, there's the Archwing, there's fishing, there's my dormer zone, my little apartment in space that I can decorate. There's my ship I can decorate. There are so many genres inside Warframe now that people who tried this game and didn't like it when it first came out, that if they saw this now and I didn't tell them it was Warframe, they would not believe it is Warframe. Play Warframe.
Wow.
It's really good. It's free. You got nothing to lose. It's fucking fantastic. It only gets better. It has genuinely been one of the most joyful experiences of my life. Absolutely outstanding work from Digital Extremes from day one. 10 years strong now. 10 years strong. To the point where this studio went from almost dying and having no history as like a developer at all because they were like a gig developer. The only game they'd actually made themselves that they got to put out was Dark Sector, which was a massive flop. Even though that game was actually good. And then Warframe was their last shot at making the game they'd always wanted to make, and 10 years in, Warframe is considered to be, still, to this day, one of the best free-to-play games of all time that single-handedly changed how free-to-play games, like, are looked upon in the community. And now they are publishing other people's games. They're publishing Wayfinder, which despite its rocky launch, and still has some gumption with it, still really good core pieces, really high potential, and they are being very transparent as well. So I have high hopes that down the road, Wayfinder, going to be a real solid experience. And then Soulframe looks fucking insane. Soulframe looks so good. You have no idea how good Soulframe looks. Like, I look at that game and I'm just like, Oh, give this to me right now, please. Oh, it looks so cool. It looks so cool. I'm so into everything that is going on in this game. Oh,
In due time.
in due time. Obviously, the Separate Ways DLC came out.
Yep.
Some other things, some interesting things here. And this seems to have kind of flown under the radar a little bit. Titanfall 2 is back.
Yeah, Timefall 2 is back. They brought back the
Now,
multiplayer
here's the thing.
servers.
Only, if you're on
Titanfall.
PC, you have to own it on the EA app. If you own it through Steam, there is nothing for you. It is only through the EA app on PC. Obviously, on console, it is technically through the EA app as well, but it's not like it gives you an option to play it in another way on console. So I discovered this because I only owned it on Steam, because this was back before they really cared about what platform you were launching off of on PC. So it doesn't do anything on Steam. It still has no servers. It is only on the EA app, and I feel like that's kind of not been common knowledge. But other than that, one little gumption, it's back in full force and it's going. The Titanfall 2 stands never gave up hope. They really just never gave up hope. And good for them. You know, we're never getting Titanfall 3, but hey, that's pretty cool to see. That's pretty cool to see.
You get Titanfall 2 again.
You know what? I will take Titanfall 2 again. I will take Titanfall 2 again. And in other news, all I have here really left, the end of an era. Achievement Hunter is no more.
Yeah.
And that was kind of like you could tell something was going on because it had really been a dwindling cast and other people had moved on to other projects, and that's what's happening. But it's all kind of done in a nice way. Like, they're ending it. The Let's Play channel is being taken over by the Fuckface Boys, which is Jeff and Gavin and Andrew Panton, who we really haven't gotten a lot of Gavin in recent years, and Jeff hasn't been a part of it for years now. So it's kind of nice to get them back, in a way. And Panton's a crazy person, so he'll add fun to the mix. But yeah, Achievement Hunter ends. It's not like forever. It's just them saying, see you later. And what they talk about in their video of it is like, they've grown as entertainers. This has been bigger than any of them could have ever thought and stuff. And they've done a lot of things. And it's like, they've been kind of doing the same thing for a long time.
Yeah.
They want to do something else. They feel like they're stifled in Achievement Hunter. So they're starting, there's a new thing called Dog Bark, because of course, even though it has nothing to do with dogs are barking, and it's more of like a skit improv group. There will be some video game stuff, but like, it's more like improv comedy, kind of like funnier stuff like that. And I think it's cool to see them flex out into like areas of interest to them. And RT's kind of been doing that. Everybody's been kind of branching out. You have Red Web, you have the Fuckface podcast, which is now also going to do the Let's Play channel. They've been kind of branching out into smaller projects with less staff size, but like letting people kind of go where they want to go more and let them flex over here and be like, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to do that. And you know what? I'm all about that. I like that. I think that's cool that they're letting them be like, look, we've been doing Achievement Hunter for like 15 years now. We want to do something else. And I think it's cool that they're still able to do that in the company that they work for and ultimately have like that camaraderie and connection with. So despite how it is the end of an era, a new one is beginning in many ways. New Let's Play hosts in the Fuckface crew. Red Web is going stronger than ever and is getting more content on their channel. And, Always Open is doing their thing and other stuff. And, like, we're getting to see them branch out into different forms of entertainment. And I think that's really cool, and I'm really happy for them. So, it is weird to see, like, AH kind of end, not indefinitely, not forever, potentially, but, like, for a time. Because it's been there for most of my life. I've been watching them since they started. So, like, that's a weird thing. But this has happened to me before when Super Best Friends broke up. and it went to become Castle Super Beast, right, with just Wooly and Pat, which is fine.
Yeah.
Because Wooly and Pat were who I vibed with more anyway, and they were the combination of the various people that were castles that were super best friends that I enjoyed more. Not that I didn't enjoy Matt's presence, but I just was I found more value in the Wooly Pat show. So these things happen, things change,
Yeah.
but this change is happening in a good way that seems all well received and what the actual content creators that we're watching want. And that's always good to see, that it's they're just we've been doing this for so long, we're kind of running low on steam here, we're just not feeling it right now. And it's good to see them still want to entertain, but just we want to go do this, we want to do weird shit over here. So that's really cool. I'm really excited to see what they do there. So that's going to be really, really interesting. And they're adding more content to Rooster Teeth first, which is interesting. It kind of, honestly, if you followed the Rooster Teeth stuff in the recent couple years, and the way they're doing a lot of different projects these days, but smaller, smaller crew wise involved, right? Kind of letting people do all their own mini projects. It feels more like the weird indie start of Rooster Teeth than it has in a while, where they're just kind of doing shit. And it's there's structure and rhythm to it, but it's less it feels less regulated now than it has in years, which I think is what the company needs after a lot of the ups and downs. I think they need to get back in touch with that indie who gives a fuck about the algorithm, because that wasn't a conversation we even had back then kind of vibes they had. What made them famous to begin with, when they were just doing weird shit left and right. So good for them. Really cool to see them get to do something that they want to do and not be forced, because you can always tell when somebody's I don't want to do this anymore, but it's my job, and I can't seem to get out of it and stuff, and it's that always shows in the content, and it's always depressing to watch, because that always ends badly. And I'd much rather see this happen, where it's they're we're not leaving you, we're just going over to Dog Bark, we're taking you with us, come on over, we're gonna do some dumb shit over here. Those guys are gonna take over the Let's Play channel, so there's your video game content. We got Red Web over here, we got Always Open over there, we got this shit over there, there's some unannounced stuff coming, there's Inside Gaming doing live streaming and stuff, that's also Rooster Teeth and your gaming news. So they're letting people break off into little smaller crews and really pursue what they're creatively interested in at that current moment, which I think is really fucking cool to see. And you don't get to see that often enough in these kind of industries. So, shout out to Rooster Teeth, despite the lot of downs in the last couple years, for letting these people go off into these smaller, more nuanced, weirdo niche projects that they feel passion for, rather than shoehorning them into a rhythm that they clearly were strafing against after 15 goddamn years.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool, and I think that's a huge win for not just that company, the community that watches the products of that company, and for that industry in general. I think this is a very good take. And I'd like to see more of it. I'd like to see more of companies that are you know what? We don't gotta force people to do the stereotypical content forever. Ride that out, get that gravy train, make that money, and then let them branch out into weird shit. Everybody loves Daniel Radcliffe for a reason. He did the thing. He did the Harry Potter. He made the money, and now he just does weird fucking shit all the time.
That trailer from his last, or the more recent movie that he's doing, is just fucking hilarious.
Daniel Radcliffe is insane. He's a crazy man.
I love him.
Yeah, he's a weird boy. He's a weird boy. Did you have any news you'd like to talk about?
Well, there are some really big news that just happened recently too.
Yeah.
Both involving game engines. First one, because the first one from is the Unity, which, oh man, what a way to burn basically every bridge you have ever created.
You did not burn this. Let's be clear. That was not a burning of bridges. That was a nuclear launch across every known settlement of the colonies.
Yeah.
That, I fucking... I forgot to mention the Unity thing after riffing on it at the start, because in my notes, all it says next to Unity is, where the fuck do I even start with this one? So,
Like,
John Riccitelli, I think is his name, whatever, he's a piece of shit.
yeah.
He's the
Yeah.
former CEO of EA. He was that guy who is best known for suggesting that they charge $1 for every reload in Battlefield.
Oh my god.
That's like a factual thing he said. You can look this up. This is what he's known for. So he's in charge of that. And apparently, days before, hang on. Days before this new Unity shit happened, him and various members of the board of directors were selling mass amounts of their own stock.
Yep.
You don't sell mass amounts of stock if you think you're making a good, viable decision. You sell that when you're about to dip the fuck out and tank the company. Which they did.
Yep.
Yeah, as Castle Super Beast put it, all years of goodwill, more than a decade of goodwill, completely annihilated in a single night forever. There, you can't run this back. You cannot run, it's over. No one will use Unity now. You have just destroyed all goodwill. Like, you can't escape the abyss of the hole you just created. It's over. Like, Unity's dead now. It's just dead. It is in the fucking ground. It is gone. It is a husk of a corpse. It is gone. Unity is now more dead and empty than the entirety of the universe of Starfield. Like, it's just, it is, this might be the single, like, worst thing to happen to the indie game dev industry ever.
Oh, yeah.
Like, period, ever. This might be the worst thing to happen to the game industry, period, ever.
Oh, we'll see about that soon enough.
Like, that's just, it's astronomically bad, what they did. Like, we could break it down if you want. Like, the logistics of it are insane, though, but, like, they changed it so that, like, every install, even if it's from the same account, you have to pay them. It's retroactive. Time played means you owed them royalty. It is so nefarious in the way it's written that it is just like, this new, like, policy outright kills pretty much anyone using Unity that is not making hundreds of millions of dollars off their game within a month. Pretty much just kills them. Like, pulls out a gun and fucking shoots them dead. You know, Cult of the Lamb made a post that, like, they're not, you know, that people thought they were gonna, like, delete their game because they were like, well, we can't fucking pay them that. There's also, like, the weird legality of it. You know, when I was listening to Castle Super Beast, Pat was talking about, he was like, no, I'm not a lawyer, but, like, when you really dig deep into this, it really seems like, how are you gonna legally enforce this? Certain aspects of this seem very vague, and when you dig deeper, it's just like, I don't think you can legally enforce that, Unity.
Yeah.
Because they also took down their own TOS and then uploaded a new one, which is, as far as I understand it, a violation of how this works. Like, you can't change the TOS of contracts that are already signed. That's not how that works. You can make a new TOS for all future contracts signed from this date onward, right? This, like, financial fiscal period starting here, right? So you could be like, hey, this new TOS goes in effect for anything of 2023 quarter 4 onward, right? You can do that. That's legal. But they're, like, actively changing the TOS of existing contracts so that anyone whose game was, like, successful, like Cult of the Lamb, now owes them an absurd amount of money according to the new TOS, despite how I'm pretty sure it's a massive violation of legal rights for you to change the TOS on an active contract. especially
Yeah.
to do so secretly.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. That's basically kind of where I saw it as like, wait, so you're just gonna do it and no one can really do anything about it? Because that's
Yeah,
I think
dude, it
this
is
would.
gotta be one of the more nefarious things I've seen in years.
Oh yeah.
Like, this is big. This is like, this is, again, I like, it's very really possible that like this was just them tanking the company for whatever fucking reason, but like there is like a very real possible outcome timeline where Unity is actually just fucking dead forever now, where no one will use it ever again, which changes honestly the entire structure of the industry of video games, not just the
Mm-hmm.
indie scene. It changes everything. And Unity is Ubisoft, right? It's their thing, right?
No, 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 no,
No,
no.
is it its own thing?
It's its own thing.
Okay, so it's its own thing, but like, it fucking, wow. That's just way to shake up the industry, I guess. I really don't know what to say beyond that, because it's just like the level of damage they just did overnight is so astronomically incalculable that like we're not really going to understand the effects of what they've done until a couple years from now. This is
Yeah.
like, this is the COVID of the video game industry. We are not going to understand the true damage this did until like a good 4 or 5 years later, regardless of whether Unity even exists then or not. The damage is done, right? Like, the damage is
Yeah.
done. You
The
can't run
damage
this
is pretty much
back.
done.
You cannot run this back, right? Like, there's no way out of this one. Whatever end result comes of this is what's going to happen. Whether that is the actual total death and removal of Unity from the entire industry forever, or whether it leaves Unity in a husk of its former glory forever, either way, the damage is done. The industry is different now. You single-handedly, like, nearly killed the entire indie scene overnight. Like, outrageous levels of greed. Just insane. Wow.
Yep.
That's pretty much all I got to say on that, because there's really not more to say unless we really wanted to like dig into the fucking start reading the like legalese articles of it, and I
Yeah,
don't
no,
want to
no,
do
no.
that. So,
No, no,
yeah.
that's for other people. But yeah, just understand that like Unity fucked up real bad.
Yeah.
Real,
And the
real
last I'll
bad.
say is apparently no one in the company knew about this except the board of directors who were selling mass amounts of stock prior to the announcement. Not a soul knew
Yeah.
but them. And I think Jason Schreier reported that multiple people were told to like tweet whatever, social media post positively about it, or they would lose their job.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, yeah. So just, corporate greed strikes again.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Who don't love corporate greed, you know?
Oh, you know what else is in the video game news that I think is relevant? Fucking Cyberpunk's DLC Phantom Liberty is out, as well as the free 2.0 update.
Yep,
And
that's out.
after like watching some trailers and some gameplay of that, I'm just like, oh, it's a game now.
It
I
is a
want to
game.
play it now. It looks good now. So yeah, I'm glad I waited on Cyberpunk, because current Cyberpunk looks quite good. Much better than initial Cyberpunk. I'm really glad I didn't play a goddamn second of this so far, because now it's on my wish list. I'll be buying that at some point, maybe this year, maybe in December. I'm actually like interested in playing it now. It looks like a good ass game. Good job. You did it.
They did it.
They did it. Which, to
And
be
it
honest,
only took 2 years.
that's kind of CD Projekt Red's shtick at this point. Game comes out,
Yeah.
game's core concept really good. Game got problems. Wait at least a year or two. Game real good now. Fucking incredible. One of the best games you'll ever play. DLC is outstanding. Enjoy. That's pretty much how every game they've ever made is gone. Because The Witcher 3 had problems on launch. It has some problems. Yeah. But Witcher 3 about a year later, hey, that's a really good goddamn game. Hey, that DLC is downright perfect. Game's great. So yeah, Cyberpunk finally having its moment. Which I feel like anyone who's followed like CD Projekt Red's legacy knew it would if you just waited. They always turn it around. They just seem to have terrible launches. And then a year or two later, it's like, yo, this is the fucking sickest shit ever. So there you go. Cyberpunk, it's ready. Now's the time to go play.
Yep.
I don't have anything else on my news docket. Do you have anything else you'd like to bring up?
And then, well, the other engine that
at least for gaming stuff, yeah. And then we'll get into some other stuff.
It's funny enough, Epic. Epic laid off
900 people all of a sudden.
Yeah,
they thought we wouldn't notice because we were so mad at Unity, but we did. We saw that.
Yeah, we definitely saw that, and oh my god, like, imagine given the opportunity of a lifetime of people just willingly going to your, like, willingly being able to go to your game engine now because one of the most famous ones fucked up, and then you literally just not even shoot yourself in the foot, but literally blow off your entire bottom half.
See, so here's the thing. I think that's a bit of an exaggeration. Because Epic firing 900 people suddenly doesn't really have any effect at all on the quality and how good the Unreal Engine is. In fact, it has no effect at all. None. That engine is still exceptional, versatile, and incredibly good. It is also still more expensive to use than Unity was, and harder to learn how to work with than Unity was. So them firing those 900 people changes nothing about the Unreal Engine and where its place in the industry is at all. Because the fact remains that Unity is gone, essentially. For the current time being, we operate as if it's gone. People are still going to have to go somewhere else. Whether they go to Godot or Unreal or something else, it's just a matter of choice based on circumstances and multiple variables and ambitions and goals and a bunch of other fucking bullshit, right? So, like, yeah, it's weird that they suddenly fired 900 people at this moment, but it doesn't actually affect the Unreal Engine's place in the industry in any way at all. It's just really weird that they did that right now. It's almost like they did it at the exact moment Unity went up in flames to hope that people wouldn't notice. The more interesting part of them firing 900 people is, like, not talking about the Unreal Engine, because, again, it doesn't have any effect on the engine at all, is that, didn't you just raise the prices of your, like, V-Bucks in Fortnite, like, a month ago?
Yep.
What's that about? That's the connection, right? Is you just jacked up prices by a bit and then fired people. That's the thread. The thread is not Unity is dead and Unreal is dead now because of this, because it just has no effect on the Unreal Engine at all. It really doesn't. That engine is still there and still very much an option for people. And because of Unity going up in flames, Unreal is now a big contender for that. And we already know Epic has made a history of getting a deal with various indie or whatever developers to at least be exclusive to them for a certain amount of time. And we do know that Epic has offered a pretty better split than people, at least, for indie stuff. So again, the Unreal Engine is still a very viable choice. It's just a more difficult engine to work with than Unity was, because it's more complex and versatile than Unity was. So I don't think, like, Unreal's place in the industry as an engine has changed at all from that 900 firing. I think the weird thread there is that you did it right as the Unity went up in flames, almost as if you hope we didn't notice, and you also raised prices of V-Bucks a month ago. That's the weird little connection. The Unreal Engine itself has no connection to any of this going on at all. But it's still weird. It's still strange. So I don't know. We will see. It's a weird time in the industry right now. There's a lot of shakeups happening, some good, some bad, and big releases coming out, some good, some bad, and who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? At the end of the day, there will always be games to play. Yeah, so I don't have any more gaming news. Do you have more gaming news?
I just gonna say, which is fun with all this whole thing going on, and yeah, Epic just fucking with Bandcamp as well. It sucks. Apparently, like people are now like moving to a new engine. It's called Godot.
Godot. That's old.
Godot.
That's been around for a while. I've mentioned that. Yeah.
Yeah. But like, it
And
seems like
from what I've heard, it's a pain in the ass to work with.
which
is why a lot of people didn't use it, because it's always been very cheap and affordable, but it's just not very good, apparently, compared to what the other options were.
Yeah, but apparently, like some people are like working on it. Like hell, there was a I wish I could find the tweet again. Um, someone tweeted out, was like, I see what's been going on with Unity and everything, and how open sources are basically like, what like basically like the best type of source for anyone out there, even especially in game developing and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And this person was like, and so this is basically my cue to learn, um, what's it called? To learn Godot.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm assuming people like were looking at that because I guess the person who tends to do this sort of thing, like learning Godot, is basically like a very, very good teacher. So imagine someone who can basically explain Godot and its intricacies for free and give like a very good detailed plan. Like, you done fucked up. Like, holy shit.
Yeah. Um, the fucking bonfire of the vanities, death of unity here will that's a potential title. The sacrificial death of unity here is gonna leave a vacuum, and nature abhors a vacuum, so something's gonna take its place.
Oh yeah, something.
And if it ends up being Godot just by sheer affordability, it'll mean more money goes into Godot or more attention to it, so maybe Godot will become a better engine than it's ever been before, because it's never really had a reason to before. Because what are you going to do? Compete with Unity? No, you're not. You're not going to compete with Unreal either. You just didn't really have a market. You were just kind of there. Now there might be a market because Unity is gone.
Yep.
Let me write this down real quick. Bonfire of the vanities, death of Unity. That might be the keeper. That's a pretty good one. I like that one a lot, actually. Oh, that's a deep cut. The history major that listens to our show is foaming at the mouth right now. They're like, yo, dude, they referenced this thing. And all their friends are like, shut up, no one cares. Oh my god. Yeah. So I'm sure we will be talking about the Unity debacle for many, 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 many months. The repercussions of this are going to be long. This is going to be a weird era of gaming for the next couple of years, I think.
It is.
Yeah, it's going to be strange. It's going to be weird. Especially since, like, consoles are now just, like, the current Xbox and PlayStation are just now kind of hitting their moment. Which is why the next-gen consoles got pushed back to, like, 2028.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's, like, the current... That's what Xbox is saying. PlayStation has said nothing. Xbox has said not until 2028 at the earliest. Which is insane. because these consoles are like almost like they're about the usual lifespan, give or take a year or two, that you would start to hear about the new consoles. 2020, most people expected 2024 late announcement, 2025 come out, or 2025 late announcement, 2026 come out, to not hear anything at all until 2028 at best. That's crazy. But it makes sense when you stop and think about how much COVID impacted the launch of this gen and the development process of this gen, and how the video game industry didn't really adapt well enough to how this needs to work now until several years into the current gen. So it makes sense strategically to extend it, because this current gen hasn't really gotten to flex. So it'll be interesting. So there's gonna be some stuff coming in the next years. Like to put it in perspective, Unreal 5 has been around for a minute. We don't have any games in Unreal 5. We don't have any.
Yeah, we really don't. We're getting some.
The first Descendant is in Unreal 5. So I've played something in Unreal 5. Let me tell you, that's a real good looking engine. Lords of the Fallen, which I'll be playing in 2 fucking weeks on my PS5 that I'll be getting, is an Unreal 5 game. So we're finally getting Unreal 5 games. But, like, Unreal 5 was announced, like, a couple years ago or something. Like, we just didn't get any games in it, which is bizarre for it to take that long. But again, it's the COVID impact. It affected everything. So we're really just now, in the next couple years, I think, leading up to the next gens, gonna see some real interesting, like, beautiful, really good games coming out, I think. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for video games, I think.
I think one quick one, just really quick, because of the Nintendo Direct.
Oh right, yeah, the Nintendo Direct.
Yeah. I did see 2 things that interested me. Maybe there was 3, but
I don't think I even watched it.
No, I just basically, like, when the Direct was done, I just looked up at the videos that were uploaded. And the 2 that I was interested in was the new Princess Peach game, because Super Princess Peach on the DS was really fun, and then this one I'm liking because it's essentially like like Peach goes through different, like, levels, but, like, each one she gets a different costume.
Yeah, it's like each costume is a new power and shit. Yeah,
and I'm like, okay, that looks
because
really
dress
cool.
up is fun.
Yeah.
And that's much better and less offensive than, hey, Peach, just cry at him and that'll solve your problems, because women are hysterical, right?
It was cry, anger, happy. I forgot what the 4th one was, because there's 4.
Hey, remember when Paper Mario made those off-color comments and there was a noose?
Oh yeah, and the 1,000-Year Door, the noose that was in the middle of the, that's still there. That's still there in the remake.
Yeah, Nintendo busted out some unexpected remakes with that, and the fucking Mario RPG is getting a remaster.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? Isn't that like a freak weirdo game that, like, wasn't supposed to come out? I was like, never in a million years did I think the Mario RPG was gonna be brought back. I did not have that one on my bingo card. Gotta be honest, didn't have that one on the bingo card for 2023. Didn't have the Unity problem either, but, you know, here we are.
Here we are. Yeah, those are basically the only 2 I can...
Yeah, alright, yeah. I watched the State of Play, the PlayStation one, wasn't really much worth talking about, I thought. So, other than that, I think it's time to move on to future games, cinema, books, blah, 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 coming out next month that we're excited about. For me, even though this has been going on most of this month, the final episode takes place next week. Episode 8 of Ahsoka. I'm very excited. Ahsoka has been a delight. It has been up there with Andor and Obi-Wan as the best Star Wars has ever fucking been by far. It is perfect. It is giving me all the things I want. It's great. It's awesome. The boy comes back. Spoilers for Ahsoka episode 1 through 7 start at this point. Hayden Christensen is in the fucking show. And
what?
yeah, Hayden Christensen is in the show
What the fuck?
as Anakin.
Yeah. What
Yeah,
the fuck?
yeah. He gets to be Anakin, and it's like, they tease him at the end of episode 4 when Ahsoka falls into the ocean and then like wakes up in an ocean of stars in the middle of like the universe or some shit. And she's like waking up all disoriented, and you hear like a distorted voice. And I heard it the first time, and it was like, "Hey, Snips." And I was just like, "No, shut up! Is it the boy? Did we get the boy?"
It's the boy.
And it turns around, and it's Anakin, and it's him as he looked in the Clone Wars animated show, but it's Hayden Christensen in that outfit with the hair and everything. And he's just like, "Didn't think I'd be seeing you so soon." And then it cuts to credits, and you're like, yo, let's go! They got the boy. So the whole next episode is him being like, "I'm here to give you one last to finish your training." And it's them like going through like flashbacks of the battles. So what we get is live action versions of scenes that like happened in the Clone Wars animated show, except we're getting extended versions of those scenes to get conversations that we didn't see. We get young Ahsoka Tano live action. We get Anakin early Clone Wars era action, live action. And the whole time, Hayden Christensen nailing it, everything. Great. Good to see him act. He's really good at it. It's great that we're letting him act this time. He's even like modulating his voice to sound more like the voice actor that voices Anakin in the Clone Wars animated show, to pay respects to that guy. So like he's doing that kind of voice, and it's really cool because it really like, as it goes through these like flashbacks and stuff, like it's like Anakin imparting like wisdom to her. It's this really interesting showmanship of their like relationship and stuff. And it's kind of, and then you learn that like Anakin made like 20 recordings for Ahsoka to watch, like to help her keep learning and stuff. And she watches them throughout like the show as they're like traveling and stuff. And it's really cool to get to see, like, what we got in the Clone Wars was that it was like, yeah, no, Anakin was, like, the guy. He was really cool and, like, had a lot of good merits, and we really didn't get to see that in the prequel movies, right? We didn't get to see his, like, fall to the dark side is actually really fucking tragic and not his fault at all. And, like, it was really cool to see Hayden Christensen back doing the thing. And I mean, he was in Obi-Wan for a little bit in flashbacks, very shortly, but he was in this more, and it was really cool to see him there. And getting, like, live-action Anakin and live-action Ahsoka at the same time, I was just like, yo, this is the sickest. Because I love the Clone Wars animated. That show is great. Really good. We're getting really esoteric, weird shit with the Force. We go to another galaxy in this show. Okay. Yeah. And they finally, like, do even if it's brief, a brief description of, like, no, we know there are other galaxies. It's just traversing from one to the other is impossible. Because there is just a void between them. Except, we also get bigger, deeper lore in that Night Sisters. You know what a Night Sister is? Do you know who the Night Sisters are?
No.
Fucking what's her name? The hot assassin girl from Ventress from Clone Wars is a Night Sister.
Oh, okay.
They're the magic witches from Dathomir. The new Star Wars game and the one before it. Marin is a Night Sister.
Okay.
So we thought they came from Dathomir, which is where Maul's people are from. Mm-hmm. And most people are like tribal dudes that are like all about combat or shit, but they're like ruled over by the Night Sisters who like sacrifice them on the daily. The Night Sisters are fucking dope as hell. They're literally just using like sorcery in the fucking Star Wars universe. They do not use the Force. They use like fucking ritualistic crazy magic. It's insane. It's weird. They're not from this galaxy. Dathomir is not their homeworld. They are from Juridia, a planet in another galaxy, which is where Thrawn is. Also, live-action Thrawn, fantastic. Fantastic. And I believe it is the voice actor of Thrawn that is just playing him in the live action. And he's doing great. He's doing fantastic. Thrawn is easily the most, like, intimidating villain presence we've had in a while on screen. This man is just, it's just cold calculations of data. No emotion, no anything. It is just, this is all a strategy. How do I win the game? Everything is a piece on the board. Move the piece or sacrifice the piece, right? Like, it's just assess the data, manipulate the data, win the game. That's Thrawn. And it's done in a way that's, like, really good. Shout out to Thrawn's stormtroopers. Stormtroopers have never looked this cool before. Yeah. These dudes are, like, covered in, like, weird red ribbons and shit, and, like, all their armor is, like, has weird veins of gold and silver in it, and, like, creepy masks on their helmet and stuff. These dudes look awesome. I don't know what the fuck Thrawn's, like, contingent of stormtroopers have been through in this other galaxy, but these dudes look dark as fuck. They look real cool. They have never looked this cool before.
Fuck, man.
Yeah, dude, fucking Ahsoka is incredible. Shout out to Ray Stevenson, the late Ray Stevenson, who plays Baylan Skoll. It was the last thing he shot was his role in Ahsoka, which sucks because he's kind of stealing the show a lot because Baylan Skoll is really cool. His whole thing is, like, he's helping Morgan Elsbeth to go find Thrawn, because not because he, like, wants the Empire to come back or anything, but because he's searching for the beginning, as he calls it, true power. And he's like, his whole thing is like, the Jedi, the Sith, they're the same thing. They're just fighting endlessly. It's all one perpetual cycle. One's on top, then the other's on top. Now there's an empire, before there was a republic. Before that, there was a different empire. And before that, there was a different republic. And he's like, it's all pointless. He's not interested in any of that. Baylan is interested in the beginning, so that he can stop the cycle. Whatever the hell that means.
The cycle of good and evil.
Yeah, so we don't know what's going on with Baylan. He wanted to go to Peridia because he thinks that's where the beginning can be found. He has an apprentice, Shin Hati, who is played by, I forget her last name. Her first name's Ivanka. She's great. And we have a new ship, us lesbians. We have a new ship. Shout out to yeah. Well, we have some new ships. There are new ships that are pretty cool. But we have a new ship in that we have Sabine Wren as Ahsoka's apprentice, trying to figure out how to be a Jedi as a Mandalorian, which has only happened like 2 times in all of Star Wars history. And Shin Hati, who is Baylan's apprentice, and they have gone out of their way to distinguish that, like, they, like, to the point that, like, characters in the show have this conversation of, we're not Sith, and then it's like, and there's the whole conversation of, like, yeah, Ahsoka's not a Jedi, she's something else, and Baylan and Shin don't see themselves as Sith or Jedi. They just kind of, they're just like, there's just the Force and we use it as needed. And I'm just like, so we're just literally going into the gray Jedi stuff. We're just going into that, no, all these people are dumb. There's just the Force and you use it as needed. What, like, we're getting some cool shit. It's good. One more episode left, comes out next week. I have no idea how it's gonna end. Ezra Bridger is in the show, live action as well. And he's some kind of huge badass who does Force martial arts now. Because he doesn't have a lightsaber.
Martial arts,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, he's like CQCing people with the Force. It's insane. He's like just holding out his hand and stopping lightsabers and shit, and then like judo tossing people at the same time. It's the coolest shit ever. Where it's just like, yeah.
Wait, did we find Solid Snake?
He's got the beard now and everything. He might be Solid Snake.
He needs a bandana. Does he have the bandana?
He doesn't have the bandana, but he's got the hair. He's got the hair going on too. It's pretty good.
We got one part. We got part
of it. So, Ahsoka has been an absolute delight, beat for beat, episode for episode. And as us shippers say, Wolf Ren is the latest ship that's taken over the lesbian community, which is what we call Sabine Wren and Shin Hate, who are enemies the entire time. But girl, why you stare at her like that? What is that about? It is the most intense I'm staring into your soul to consume every detail of your appearance I have ever seen in a show in my life. It is the gayest shit ever. They will not stop staring at each other. And also at a lot of moments where it seems weirdly inappropriate for you two to be doing this right now. Like in the middle of a fight, just suddenly staring at each other. Okay, is somebody gonna
when is
and then like
this...
one of them's prisoner, and they're and in the Sabine ends up giving up this star map to Balin so they can figure out how to navigate to the new galaxy to get Thrawn or whatever, and she gets taken prisoner. And there's a moment where she's just sitting in the chair in her cuffs, eyes closed, and then like for no reason at all, Shin just turns and stares at her, and just stares at her, and just stares at her. And then Sabine opens her eyes and they just continue to stare at each other. And it's like super awkward. And it's like, what is this? This is really gay, you guys. There is now an interview with some of the cast that's been coming out. And there is an interview that set the community on fire. Us Wolfren shippers, because that's what we call the ship, Wolfren. And it is Ivanka who plays Shin Hate talking about that first scene where their characters meet and they have the lightsabers out, and she's like, and I'm looking in Natasha's eyes, the girl who plays Sabine, and she's like, and Natasha's looking in my eyes, and we feel this beginning of something. And I'm just like, girl, that's the gayest thing anyone has ever said about looking at someone before you try to kill them. This entire show might just be about lesbians that hiss at each other because when they met, one of them stabbed one in the kidney.
What the fuck? In the kidney? Just... But also, doesn't love bloom on the battlefield? Isn't that the perfect place?
Look, lovers to enemies to lovers is like one of my favorite tropes, and like, I'm not saying this is gonna happen, but I think they should kiss. I think that should be a thing. I think that would be good. I have no romance in real life, so I need it in my Star Wars. I'm too awkward and cringe to be romanced in real life, so I just get it in my ships and my fan fictions and maybe my Star Wars if they're nice enough to give it to me.
If they're nice enough.
We had a handhold moment, except it was less of a handhold and more I am dramatically grabbing your wrist and not letting go for weird reasons. It was like, she's a prisoner. She's in handcuffs. She ain't going anywhere. Sabine can't even use the Force. You took her lightsaber. Why are you death gripping her wrist right now? I'm pretty sure you could just tell her to walk and she'll walk to the room you're gonna leave her in. You didn't have to death grip her wrist with your fingers all weirdly positioned, like you're trying to feel her pulse or something. Like, it's very homoerotic. Every scene with them is very homoerotic, where it's just like, are you guys gonna kiss or what? What is going on here?
Not yet. No, we gotta do the super
just to put into perspective how heavily this like ship has taken over. There's like over like 400 fics on AO3 already, and the show's not even over. And like, there is no guarantee we're getting any kind of confirmation payoff or even a slight tease of it in the final episode next week. None at all. We don't care. The ship is real, okay?
Confirmation.
The actresses are like friends. They're posting cute videos together. They talk about each other in very homoerotic ways in their interviews and their characters and such. The ship is real. Confirmed. Confirmed. Come on, Star Wars. We need this. We need this. I'm still not over episode 9. I need this, Star Wars. Oh my god, it's great. It's a fantastic show. It's gonna be rewatch worthy for quite a long time. God, it's good. It's just so good. Very happy with that show. I recently also, even though it's not coming out, it's out. I watched Rings of Power again. God, that's a good show. You should
Again,
watch that. Yeah, it's a good
you
show.
know what? I got to do it again.
It's only like 6 or 8 episodes. It's not very long. It's really good though. Yeah. So, I think next month is the Marvels comes out. I believe the Marvels comes out in November, and I'm definitely gonna
in
go see
November,
that.
yeah.
I'm gonna go see that for sure. So I will report back on that, of course, next month. I'm trying to think what else might be. Castlevania Nocturne came out. I still have to actually finish Castlevania. I think I have like 1 or 2 seasons left still. But I really enjoyed what I watched, and I'm only hearing good things about Nocturne and seeing some mommies in the Nocturne. We got some mommies in the Nocturne. There is some definite mommy energy going on with one of those characters. Big mommy energy. Big mommy energy going on. That character was designed by a lesbian. There's no way it wasn't. That's some big mommy energy right there. And I think that's it. I don't know what else is coming up that I might be like waiting for. I mean, obviously, Lords of the Fallen is next month, and Alan Wake 2. I will be playing both those on stream. I will not play a second off stream for my first runs. That'll be my first PS5 games too. So I'm really excited about both those. Especially since Lords of the Fallen is literally like 2 weeks away. Because, yeah, next week is when my pre-order will go through. Somewhere in there early on. And then the second week of October is when the game comes out on the 13th, and that I will be picking up my PS5 on, like, the 12th. So, really excited for that. Literally, like, 2 weeks away, give or take. A little over 2, like 2.5 weeks, that's something. And I will be in the world of the glorious PS5, finally, and I'll be playing Lords of the Fallen. And I'm really excited. They even dropped a new trailer for Lords of the Fallen. Looks really good. Continues to look good. I'm excited. I am excited. Do you have anything coming up for you this next month you're excited for before we get on to the last segment of what's on the wish list and wrap the show up here?
Well, I have no idea what's coming out next month that the only thing I can think of, I'm technically getting for my brother Spider-Man 2, but apart from that, I would have to check because I honestly don't. Because honestly, September was basically the second biggest month of the year for me because that's when almost everything was coming out.
Yeah, which was a very dry month for me.
Yeah, let me see if there's anything because I don't remember anything that's like, yeah, that sounds like a really good thing. There's the Super Mario Wonder Bros, but I'm not really play that. Not really playing Alan Wake 2 until I've seen the reviews of it because after Alan Wake 1 I was like, nah, I'm good. But yeah, I guess October's just gonna be like, I have games to play. I'm gonna play those games so I can move on to other games. Because holy shit,
Yeah,
I have way too many games.
Way too many games. All right. So then, I guess as we're about to hit the 3-hour mark here, good longer episode than we've been doing lately. We knew it was going to be a big one. That's why I pay for that 6-hour upload hosting. We come to the near end of the show. Vaughn, what's on your wish list? What do you got?
Let's see. I think I did something out recently. Hold on. Things that haven't been released. I think the one that I did add because it's so dumb.
It could be stuff that's released. It's just ended up on your wish list. Doesn't have to be like, yeah.
I'll do one where it's like it hasn't actually been released, and I'll put another one that has been released.
Okay.
I'll do Killer Bean.
Killer Bean?
I don't know if you've seen the video or the movie.
Killer Bean.
It's
okay.
so dumb. It is. Okay,
I'm
because I don't
looking
know.
at the video right now.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
it's so dumb.
What the
Like
fuck is
really,
this?
it's like, what if we
What
made
the
beans
fuck?
into John Wick?
This looks. I hate this.
I know, but at the first time I
Wait, and
see
the
it, I'm like,
studio is Killer Bean
Studios,
Studios?
yes,
What the fuck am I looking at?
John Wick
What?
meets
What the? He's like dodging. He's got like astral projection dodges. What?
yeah.
What the fuck is this? Oh my
And I
god!
want you
What
to
this
know the game
is?
can be played in first person, which means when you do like the all the moves and stuff like that, it's in first person. So
He's
all the
like
flipping and
he's like breakdance gun cutting from the movie Equilibrium.
yeah.
There's apparently
John
zombie
Woo.
beans.
Yeah.
You can fly a jet. It just turned into Ace Combat there for a second. There's mechs. There's you're in a helicopter now.
Yep. There's also wrestling moves like
What
suplexes
the
and stuff like
fuck?
that.
This is. I just.
But do you see why I'm like I have to put this on the wish list.
What the fuck is this, dude?
Killer Bean.
A third-person roguelike shooter. Every time you start a new single-player campaign, everything changes. The locations, the missions, the characters, the bosses, and the story. Characters you trusted before may turn against you. Enemies who tried to kill you may end up helping you. Simple missions can be turned into deadly traps. No two campaigns are the same. After being betrayed by the Shadow Agency and learning the truth about their evil ways, Killer Bean has made it his life goal to destroy them.
Mm-hmm. So
What the fuck?
Yep, so that's why I'm putting that on my...
That's a game.
It's a game. It's a game. Oh god, yeah, no, it's...
Wow.
It's because someone made, I think it might be made by the same, like, the person who owns the Killer Bean Studios and whatnot, but, like, there was someone who decided to basically, like, John Woo style of, like, animation, but use, like, basically beings, like, these characters.
That's fucking bizarre.
Yeah, it's so weird because like the production value of it, at least with animation, is really
Yeah,
good.
it looks good in the way
But
that like it doesn't look janky. But I'm just like
But-
looking at it and I'm like, the fuck am I looking at?
But then you hear the voices and it's like, oh, this is we're in the actor hour kind of sort of thing, but like it's still kind of
Dude, it's
not
bizarre.
bad.
It's fucking
It's-
weird. That's
it's
something.
great.
That's
It's
something.
great.
That's
fucking
incredible. That's incredible. That's so weird looking. That's just wow.
I'm glad that I was able to bring that up to you so you can be experience what
Killer Bean.
Killer
Ugh,
Bean.
coming soon. Okay. All right.
And the other one I was gonna say, because after hearing a lot of good stuff about it, I'm like, I need to like get it. Armored Core 6 Fires of the
Oh yeah,
A lot of
I've been
fun.
watching people play it. Game's insane looking. You know, I grew up playing Armored Cores quite a lot throughout the years, and then obviously they stopped coming out, so I stopped playing them.
Yeah.
It's been a
Yeah,
long time
it's
since I was piloting an AC. I haven't gotten the game. I'm not sure if I'm going to, honestly. Like, it looks
fair.
fantastic, but I'm just like, I don't know. Like, it's just not calling me as much as it, like, used to back in the day.
That's very fair.
Yeah. So, alright. So I will take it from here.
Can you up Killer Bee?
You know what? I think I can.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
with a double feature.
Oh shit. Okay.
Um, while we wait here, is a cooking simulator, story-driven game where you run a shitty little roadside diner in the middle of nowhere as the world is ending. It's a choose your own adventure kind of horror, multiple endings kind of cooking simulator game. Yeah, it caught my eye with a trailer that I saw on YouTube, and I was like, this is like bizarre. It's made by Bad Vices Games, who I'd never heard of before, so I went to see like what else they've made, and there's a demo for While You Wait, which I've downloaded.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten to play, and their previous game was called Ravenous Devils, which also has a demo, which I have installed and haven't gotten to play. And Ravenous Demos is also a horror cooking simulator, where the secret ingredient is crime. Because
Yes.
it's a hotel food management sim where you kill people and use them as meat for the food, and then stitch up their clothes after you've cleaned the blood off and resell them at a higher price, of course.
Oh, of course, of course.
So they've made back-to-back food cooking simulator horror games.
That's their niche. I think they found their niche and they know.
Except, what did they make before? Well, they made two things before that. One is called Hippocampus, which is like a challenging gothic hack and slash with platform phases. It's free to play. I know nothing about it. I've never heard about it. Mixed reviews. The other is called Sexual Void.
Okay.
And it straight up just says, nothing in here except Vicky, sexy outfits, and a joy game. That's it. It's $2.99.
Joy game. A joy game.
Jerk off instruction is what that stands for. Yeah. So, yeah. And then after that, they made Ravenous Devils, and now they're making While You Wait. So they made like generic gothic hack and slash that's free. Then they made a $2.99 joy game that very clearly states that's what it is, and it's kind of just like they just threw it out there for fucking lols, it almost seems. Then they made a cooking horror simulator game, and now they're making another cooking horror simulator game. So, shout out to Bad Vices Games. They're just they're doing their own little thing over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, that's what's on my wish list. I will refrain from mentioning anything else, although I have been adding stuff. Actually, no, I have to mention one more because this was my original pick, and I will be picking it up because I fell in love with it with the demo that I still have installed. Have you heard of the Cosmic Wheel Sisterhood?
Yes, I think you talked to me.
Did I talk
it.
about this?
Yes, I believe you did.
Was that last podcast?
That might have been last podcast.
Oh. I feel like I didn't play this back then. I don't remember having the access to the demo until after. Maybe I did. I don't know. But anyway, that's fucking a fantastic, weird little game, and I can't wait to play more of it. Yeah. So, with that, it's time to wrap up. Fine folks who've stayed with us this long. And where can you follow us, Sages of the Information Highway? Well, you can follow us on the socials. That is, until Twitter completely explodes. Which could happen any day now. So, you can find me at That Nerd Stellar on Twitter. Stella says Woof Woof on Twitch, That Nerd Stellar on YouTube, That Nerd Stellar on TikTok and Instagram, and I will be That Nerd Stellar on Blue Sky whenever the fuck I can get on that and leave Twitter forever. Just the stuff. Vaughn, where can they find you?
They can find me as always at VonXDecimo on Twitter until that place collapses, and of course Twitch, twitch.tv /VonXDecimo. And you can also find me on YouTube when hopefully I'll be able to stream at some point there, or at least so I can, check it out how it's there.
I had a really hard time trying to set YouTube streaming up. It's like weirdly convoluted now. It's weird. I don't understand how to do it, actually.
Well, if I learn how to do it, I'll
Yep,
give you the
yeah, because
tips. I
it
will give
used to
you
be
the tips.
easier. It used to be just as simple and straightforward as Twitch was, and now it's like a weird fucking process that I do not understand.
Yeah.
With that,
Hopefully I'll be streaming
mm-hmm,
something soon. I might honestly stream some Destiny stuff just to like or Payday 3,
mm-hmm.
things like that. I'm considering because it was an interesting idea that I've seen a lot of people do. I kind of maybe want to try it so I can get myself to practice. I was maybe gonna do like a Street Fighter 6 streams where I play a specific character and see how
Oh,
far I
okay,
can get
okay.
them. Like hopefully I can get them to master, but like we'll
Whew.
we'll I know, but like it's one of those things where I think I'm gonna try like going little by little. Like I'll see where placements put me, and then from there it's like if
Mm-hmm.
I got silver, I'm like, all right, let's try to get to gold. Or gold, let's get to
Right. Yeah, yeah,
platinum.
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel
And
ya. I
so
feel ya.
we'll see how far I can get. Um and from there then yeah, like
Yeah.
I'll probably just keep trying to like push to where I can go at that point
I feel
and
ya.
then keep trying other characters.
For me, I kind of put the streaming on the back end, working on some other stuff and all that. But that's all about to change as we roll into October because I will. Like that's really where it's gonna pick up for me, where I will be definitely streaming 4 to 6 hours twice a week, somewhere in that Wednesday to Saturday block, various start times Eastern Standard, and we will just be pretty much doing Lords of the Fallen up until Alan Wake comes out on the 27th of October, and then we'll be rotating both until I'm done with one. I'm literally like I'm gonna stick to my guns. I'm not gonna play even a second off camera of those two games for my first runs. Everything
Yeah,
I do with
all
them
right.
will be on stream. Um, so that might mean extra streams throughout the week. If I'm really enjoying it, I might just be like, "Fuck it, we're streaming again." So that'll be exciting, and then from there, I'll just continue to do my 2 streams every week. I'm working on a version of Monster Factory, like inspired thing with my sister that we're doing. Hashtag
Mhm.
no eyelids coming to YouTube soon. You'll see. You'll see.
All right.
You'll see. And
We'll
then
see.
there's a unique spin on an LP style like playthrough that I've come up with that I'll be doing on my YouTube with my sister. We can only get together really once a month to record stuff like that. So like we have a little bit of recording done. So like I probably won't have anything ready to upload until late October at this point.
Mhm.
Um, but so the hashtag no eyelids is literally just Monster Factory kind of vibes. We're just sitting here making characters, shooting the shit, having some bevs and shit, and just fucking doing whatever. And smoking a little pot because it's legal in my state. Suck a dick. I'll do what I want. You're just mad that you can't have the devil's lettuce, and I can. And then the LP that we're gonna be putting out is called "It's Easy, You're Dead." And what it is, and you already know this because I think I told you about it, but for the audience here at the end of this wrap up is, we're gonna start with like, if not an Elden Ring, maybe is some kind of Souls game, right? And the idea is that my sister Julie, who does not play these types of games and does not game nearly as often as I do, the way this LP is going to work, because if we played it normally, like just from beginning to whatever ending we get, it would take 20 years because we only get to record once a month for a handful of hours. So we're not going to do that because that would be insane. What we're doing is called "It's Easy, You're Dead." And what it is every episode, um, basically, so take Elden Ring, for example, is that between episodes, I will be playing the character off like camera. There will be no recordings of this. And I will just be progressing the game to a random point that I will just suddenly decide I'm stopping here. And then when the next episode of the LP comes out, it will be me booting up the game with them here, handing them the controller, and they're just gonna be where I left them. With maybe new gear, maybe whole new stats, maybe I respect you.
Oh
Who
no,
knows?
don't do
Who
that.
knows?
Don't do
Who
that.
knows? Did you forget how to play the
Oh,
game since we haven't played for a month? Well, you're now a magic user and I respect you. So good luck with that.
that
again,
is
again,
awful.
it's easy.
That
You're
is
dead. Coming
awful.
soon to a YouTube near you. It's really gonna only work with Souls games, but like we only get to record once a month, even though they live close by because we're just so
Oh,
busy.
you know what you could do?
But it's gonna be
Eventually,
great. It's gonna be great.
eventually, if you do get Cyberpunk or something like that, you could definitely do Cyberpunk. Just
Yeah,
put it on the put it on like a normal hard difficulty, and then just start switching their stats around.
yeah, you could do that. You could do that for sure. I could potentially do it with like The Witcher 3 too.
Yeah, you definitely
Yeah, I
can.
could do some shit
Honestly,
like
any
that.
RPG you can do
Any
Baldur's Gate. You
honestly,
could,
yeah,
yeah.
anything. So yeah, no, we can do some stuff there. But the idea is because Julie does not play these types of games, but is like interested in them. I own them. She'll come here. We'll do the initial playthrough. The first episode of any game will be like fresh. It'll be the start of the game. But then the next time you see that character, I will have progressed them without any sense of rhyme or reason off camera to a random interval that I will just be like, I'm good here. We're going to stop here. And then the next episode will be, all right, here we go. Boot up the game. And, oh, I guess you're in a swamp. Whatever. Have
Oh,
fun. Have fun with that.
Not fun.
You know? So just literally like extra hard mode on these games for her. So that's pretty fun. I recently learned that she enjoys Borderlands a lot and does have access to like 3 and Tiny Tina's, I think. So we might be doing like crossplay, like stream stuff where I'll be streaming even if she isn't. That'll be some stuff that'll be coming up maybe. You know, we'll see what's going on. Working on some content. October is going to be where stuff starts to really take off, starting with the streaming regularly and then leading into videos around the end of October. But, you know, there's stuff on that TikTok. Go watch it. It's great. It's funny. And
TikTok
that.
literally basically eats the battery on my phone, so I try not to get on it. Like it
Wait,
just
really?
it devours the
How?
battery
What
on
is
my
your
phone.
phone from like 1998?
No. That's
I don't
the thing,
have that problem.
Like
That sounds
literally-
like your phone sucks.
No, because that's the thing.
How
like,
is it
literally
eating up your
any-
battery? It's just slightly more videos than Instagram.
I have no idea because I'll have like everything else like in the background.
That's
but then
insane.
It's, like,
That's
but then,
weird.
like I'll have TikTok and then I'll like get off of it and like just leave it in the background, and then like my phone would be like, oh yeah, like TikTok will use like basically like 80% of your phone.
What?
Like I didn't know anything. It was just in the background.
Dude, I've had it in the background all day, for days actually, and I'm at 98% on my battery. My phone has not been plugged in for like over 24 hours, dude. I think your phone just sucks. What do you have?
It's a Samsung. It's I think the S22.
Huh? Weird.
Yeah, I know.
You're like Android then?
Yeah, I used to be iPhone and then I just switched to Android.
Yeah, no, I'm like an Android. I'm like a more recent model. Yeah, I'm a Samsung as well. I don't know exactly what model, pretty recent one. But like, yeah, no, I don't have that problem at all. Yeah, if it's not you, your battery might just be defective or like fucked up. You might need a new battery. You might want to like take that into a shop, maybe. I don't know. That's weird. Because it shouldn't do that.
I got this phone like in 2021, I think. So
see, I just got this phone this year.
Yeah, so I think what will probably happen is that like in the following year or so, I'll probably be like switching out this phone once like it's been paid.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, so that'll be fine.
As long it just works. It just
works.
Hey. You see that app? You can go there.
You can go there.
I'm ending this goddamn train wreck.
Yeah.
See you guys next month. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.
Local saturation, Ada.
Local saturation, Ada.
So stupid.
No,
Tune in next month. We'll see you next month, guys. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.